Welcome back, everyone, to session 39 of Lands of Carrion. I hope you all had a wonderful week and only mildly stressed about what happened and what is going to happen next. We do have a brand new player with us tonight. Everyone give a two short claps.
Clap, clap.
Thank you.
Clap, clap.
You don't have to sound so sad about that, Kim.
My
You
mouth
ruined
is
our
full.
wedding.
You ruined our wedding. You
I-
promised you weren't going to ruin our wedding,
I did
and
no
you
such
ruined our
thing.
wedding.
I made no such promises. This is a lie. You should have known from the get-go that things would go bad.
It's not a battle map. It's just pretty. It's the
Yeah.
only chapel I could find.
Nothing good ever happens in Gib.
Nothing good happens in Geb.
Nothing works in Savo.
In the last session, of course, was the long-awaited wedding between Amira and Cajme. Family and friends were invited from all over. The wedding went wonderfully. The magic connected the two of you together, rolling critical successes on your heart bond ritual, such that you could speak to one another every day in your minds. Unfortunately, the following reception was interrupted by the appearance of another Cajme, a man in armor. Cajme getting sealed in a sword and then put inside a mech that was disguising itself as the other Cajme. And this mech, as well as Amira's sire, going on a rampage and doing their best to kill everyone, capturing the actual party members, beheading Ortegar Stitchskull and Brilliant Haldoli, and killing just about everyone else who lived at your manor. From there, none of you are quite aware of what has happened. Time will pass, Geb will march on, and our story pivots to view another group of individuals. In the last few decades, the stagnant streets and wastelands that make up Geb's frontier and cities have once more begun to see the march of progress. The gates of Nex's demiplane have long been thrown open by now, but no sight of the Archmage himself has been made known. In response, Geb himself has begun to take tighter control over his country, ramping up wartime production and stating through the celebrants that if Nex will not show himself, then his only recourse is to march into Quantium and through the gates of the refuge of Nex himself. As the armies of Geb prepare to march north from their staging grounds in Lead, the great factions have not remained idle. Recognizing that at this point war seems imminent, they've begun rushing to obtain greater power and benefits for themselves in this coming engagement. Roughly 8 years before the modern day, an unlikely alliance between the faction enemies became publicly known. The celebrants and tax collectors had joined hands, claiming to be on the cusp of creating new types of soldiers that would make the need for the undead of residents of Geb as soldiers obsolete. Additionally, news of what had happened with the Graveclaw Coven has reached a number of bloodlords and the upper echelons of the various great factions. Deciding to follow in the steps of whomever the mysterious benefactor of the Graveclaw was, many powerful individuals have begun covertly hiring individuals, adventurers, and soldiers to operate in the shadows for them. These individuals have begun to take on the moniker of workers. These groups act with relative impunity and disregard for the law, doing whatever is necessary to complete the goal their masters have set for them. As for who their masters are, though, these workers have no clue. The chaos cast upon them prevents them from seeking out any information about who may have hired them. You all are workers yourselves. Like the rest, you're not sure who had hired you, but the money offered, the blackmail sent, whatever it was too good to pass up as per usual. Heading towards the staging ground sent to you, you will find yourself north at the city of Tilsar, one of the more opulent frontier cities with the large auction house and many magical inventions making their way through the streets. As each of you find yourselves holding one of the only 6 tickets to the opening night of the Elegy of Shadows at the Gilded Theater. As you all make your way, one by one, over the course of roughly half an hour before the performance begins, into the large theater venue, would you all please describe your characters? We'll go from the top down, beginning with Barris.
So Barris is a stout gentleman, eyes a bit wide, a little bit of blood leaking from his mouth. He stands at about 5'6", though his personality would make you believe he was taller. He keeps a certain air of grace about himself, and looks around expectantly at those around him.
Being the first person to make your way into the darkened theater hall, keeping an eye on the door behind you as others make their way in. No seats are filled, the stage remains empty, the curtain lowered. Is there anything you would like to do as the only person in here at the moment?
Could I make a perception check to see if I could see if anybody's hiding?
Absolutely.
All right. Would that just be a regular seek action?
Yes, please.
Okay, I can't use my basic actions macro.
I'll go ahead and put tokens for everyone on the map so you can use basic actions. Okay. Taking a minute, standing by the door to do a quick sweep of the area before looking for your seat. It seems you are well and truly alone in this room at the moment. There isn't even a whisper of air moving.
Well then, he will take the frontmost seat.
Sure. Roughly 6 to 7 minutes go by before you hear the door opening behind you once more and the soft footsteps of another individual entering the building. Davina, would you please describe your character?
I don't think she would be very far from Kavis. So,
Sure.
can I describe them entering together?
Absolutely. If you think Kavis would enter before you, we can have him describe his character.
Yeah, sir.
Oh god, I'm not ready.
Think?
Go
What
at
do
the
you
end,
think?
please. No,
Oh
go at the
God!
end, please.
Okay, fine. So we're both going at the end.
At the end? We can pivot to someone else.
Meaning they both want to go last.
That's fine. Just put her right before me. That's fine.
Well,
If that's okay with anybody else. Or I'll stay out of it. You guys decide.
the footsteps you
I'm
hear
good
at
with
the
whatever.
entrance are still relatively light, though maybe slightly heavier, but the footsteps of a well-practiced individual. Epitaph, would you please be the one to describe your characters? You are the second one to enter.
Sure. So, this is Epitaph Ghostworth. He is a distinguished noble, or at least he likes to think of himself as a well-known one. He walks with a lot of pride, confidence, and could be described as also entitlement. As he walks, he has a very elegant cane with him, clearly not needed for walking, but more as a symbol of his position. He's very fancily dressed in noble's clothing, though it's very hard to see his face as his hat casts a shadow over it. Many have described it different ways, but nobody has been able to really know exactly what his face truly looks like. He'll likely try to find like a booth or a balcony seat or somewhere where
Absolutely.
there's something where he can feel like he's got a special view over everyone.
Sure. You can make your way
his
directly up
steps-
into one of the box seats if you wanted.
Yeah, that would be great. As he walks, it's like if it wasn't for his cane tapping the ground as he walked, there would be almost no noise as he walked.
When you enter, you only see one other individual currently sitting in the frontmost seat by the stage. Other than that, the room remains dark and empty.
That's just how he likes it.
Only a minute or so after you make your way up to one of the boxes and take your seat, does another individual enter the building and make their way through the seats. Hesea, would you please describe your character?
Yeah. So Hasea's, I don't know, pretty tall for herness. She's like 3.5 feet tall, slender, so ridiculously sparkly. Like it's almost uncomfortable to look at. And she loves that. Um, she is on this mission because she was told that if she can like garner enough favor and do enough jobs, then that will ingratiate me with the right kind of deity that I will level up and become a dragon. I will do whatever it fucking takes.
As you make your way into the theater, Hesea, you see two other individuals around. Where would you like to take your seat?
What does the room look like?
It's
a theater?
It's your pretty typical theater, yeah. So there's a stage up front, probably about 10 rows of seats, mezzanine, and a few box seats as well. There's an orchestra pit as well, but all of it appears empty at the moment.
If Mahari's in the front and the middle, I want to be in like the third row back.
You have no clue where Mahari is.
Well, whoever the guy in the
Barrett.
front is. Thank you.
You said about third row back?
Yeah.
Sure. Easy enough to do. Sitting apart from one another for now as you sort of take in. Those of you who have taken on a job as a worker before know that oftentimes the people you work with in between jobs won't be the same. It's rare when you continue to work with the same individuals, as this is quite the dangerous profession. Our next guest to enter, Yema. You please describe your character.
Yeah, Yema is a human Garundi woman. Based on her dress, she does seem to be come from a bit further north. Further north than Alkenstar or Nex, probably more like oh god, what's the one between Osirian and Nex?
Katapesh?
Katapesh. She seems to be from Katapesh, the most prominent thing. Unfortunately, in the character art, she's wielding a short bow, but in reality, has a longbow strapped to her back, tilted at an angle because the longbow is larger than she is, which is a bit of an odd sight, but she seems to make it work. As she walks, as her muscles kind of flex just naturally as she walks along, it's clear that while she doesn't have large muscles, she has very dense and tight muscles. Definitely, let me take a look at these other characters. probably. Does she have the highest strength modifier of this group?
I
Does she have a +5?
Yeah, I have a
Oh,
+5.
plus 5.
Kavis has
Okay.
a +5 as well.
Never mind.
It's
Okay.
a
I have a-
very
I have a
strong
+4.
group.
Okay. But she also has a lot of scars. She carries herself in a way that suggests that she's been a worker for as long as she can remember. She's not exactly a fan of these surreptitious meetings in theaters and stuff like that, so she just finds somewhere to sit to get this thing over with as soon as possible.
Right. Last but not least, probably not for another 10 minutes or so after Yema enters and finds her seat, we have two individuals that enter, almost in lockstep with one another. The last two individuals enter the building together in almost lockstep. I will leave it to the two of you to describe your characters how you would like to. Davina and Kavis.
I was already voluntold I'm going first, so
Well, perfect.
in comes a petite little thing. She has very long and pale colored hair with bright pink eyes, and small little elf ears poke out from the dense curls, but they seem to have hints of fur on them, and they're quite animated when she speaks. But most notable about her is she is not very tall at all, and she is quite literally dwarfed by the uh, companion that she walks in with. Her robes are long and dark, quite billowy, but they're all in the shape of leaves and all autumnal in color, but with the hint of decay.
Uh,
She
oh,
bounces in on her little tippy toes, and that's all about it.
besides Davina comes in a tall, almost frighteningly taller than Davina sized character, whose armor seems to mesh together seamlessly in various angles of spikes and bladed edges. The features of the armor are designed into contorted faces that seem to be screaming in perpetual agony. The individual is graceless yet and unsubtle, um, and walks seemingly without care of potential repercussion for of violence. Most notably of the figure is a roughly humanoid head that rises from the center of its shoulders, the visible flesh shaven clean and smooth, and featureless gray as though pulled from a corpse. Uh, the eyes are a gray orange color, and its mouth is distended with ragged edges as though the lips were cut from the flesh rather than natural. And in general appearance, the creature looks unnatural, almost too unnatural.
I don't like that.
I love it.
Kavis, can we sit in front, please?
Uh, he just grunts
Please,
and
please.
gestures. He just grunts and gestures forward.
Yes.
Barris will turn around and look and be like, "It's great up here, everybody. You should join me."
See, I knew it.
And rabble.
And Davina immediately grabs Kavis's hand and yanks him. Not like it'll do very much, but she yanks him with all of her might towards the front row.
Fair
He,
enough.
I'm gonna pull out a snack.
he willingly follows behind, even though he's doesn't seem as enthusiastic about her as it about her as she is.
Sure. Isaiah, you're pulling out a snack, you said?
Yep.
Anything in particular you're pulling out?
Delicious.
Fair enough.
I don't know what people eat, but like, I don't know, appropriately travel sized gummy bears, maybe?
Sure. Little dragon scale shaped gummy bears.
Yes.
Do I
Did
hear
someone
her
bring
reading?
snacks?
How quiet are you being when you pull out the snacks, Isaiah?
I am not being very quiet at all until I hear Davina say something about the snacks, and then I'm gonna get real quiet.
Barris is going to turn around and look at you. And then
I'm
in
gonna
just the most joyful voice, he'll say, "That is a great idea. I wish... Oh, no, wait. I did think of that idea to myself. 2 thumbs up." He turns back around and pulls out, like, bits of flesh and starts chewing on them like beef jerky.
I'm gonna look behind me to see who you're talking to.
I think the only
Uh,
person
Barris
behind
has
you
turned
is
back around at
Yamaha.
this point.
Yeah, I think Yema will just very silently, trying to act like, hey, that the kobold didn't have a good point, and she's gonna pull out some actual beef jerky from her pack. Actually, no. She has a ring of sustenance, but she'll still snack on beef jerky. Why not?
Sure.
Cavis, in an attempt to entertain Davina so she doesn't get distracted, he reaches underneath his armor and produces a bundle of dried strawberries for her to eat, almost absently and dismissively.
She shakes him by the arm really quick and then grabs a bag.
So, the name's Barris. What about you two, madam and, sir?
That will
I can't tell what
suffice.
you are.
You're gonna say madam and it.
Thing.
Sir or it will suffice.
If you put those together, it's shit.
Who is saying
Where's
that?
the Where's the
Like,
H
what?
coming from?
All right, sir. As he points with this somewhat confused face.
Mhm.
Like I said, Barris. Pleasure to be meeting you at this wonderful theater. Though I can guarantee you we are not here for a wonderful reason. By the gods, it's gonna be good. As he takes a bite out of his flesh jerky.
Davina
David.
is just like staring at Barris, kicking her feet back and forth on her seat and just shoveling dried strawberry chunks in her mouth.
Cavis just looks at Barris, and the orange gray eyes that glow in his eye sockets, he just looks him over just indistinctly and goes, Gavis. And he gestures over to Davina and just goes, "This is Davina."
She waves really quick.
Wonderful to meet your acquaintances.
Charmed.
A few minutes pass after you all take your seats before the curtain begins to rise on the stage.
Cavis, look, it's starting.
And here I thought the show had already started.
Before you lies a forest, recreated in all its resplendent glory. Sounds of birds chirping in the trees, leaves falling to the time of year, bells ringing in the distance as through the woods a single building stands. 2 large open doors, stained glass windows filtering in light from the outside. Sound of a voice asking for 2 to recite their vows within. Before you unfolds a popular play in the modern day among Geb's elites, titled The Elegy of Shadows, telling the story of 2 undead individuals, hearts intertwined, but due to the machinations of those that made them who they are, unable to see their love through.
They made a fucking play about Amira and Cajme? What?
Our
They
love
might
is
have.
forever.
The play itself is a tragedy, but at the same time blends in a number of comedic elements at the bride and groom's expense, sort of creating this 2.5, 3 hour long comedy about the futility of those that don't have it made, the lower class in their attempt to rise above those who have existed in and ruled Gab for generations, single individuals. The play eventually ends in all of its drab entirety. It's not a very good play, if we're being honest, but it was paid for you, so you might as well while a few hours away. But after the entire troupe gives their bows and filters off stage, only the troupe master remains, still standing in the center of the stage, bowing, as the illusory forest begins to fade from view, leaving just a barren stage and a single individual remaining. I do hope you enjoyed today's performance.
It was a treat.
Yema does not respond.
Davina
Just-
absolutely fell asleep like the last half an hour of that play, and she's just like leaning against Cavis and asleep and snoring.
Was adequate.
Fair enough, I
I'm
suppose.
just gonna. Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I'm just gonna shoot up a thumbs up.
Well, it's not like high society is why you are all here, is it? You all are looking for your next job, I suppose? We're told to come here, receive it.
Yep.
Can each of you
Ghostworth
please
will
confirm?
come out of the box and start.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
I was saying Ghostworth will come out of the box at this point and start walking down towards the stage.
One at a time, please come up to the stage. Must do
Varys
the
will.
usual confirmation.
Varys will make his way up to the stage. He definitely wants to be first.
Ghostworth will just step aside and then motion a hand forward just to say, "Go ahead."
Cavis waits for Barris and the other one to move forward before waking up Davina and urging her forward.
I want to be third.
I'll go second.
One at a time, you each make your way up onto stage where the troop master places her hand against your forehead. A brief lance of pain shoots through your mind before she nods and steps back and motions for you to leave. For those of you who have done this before, you've come to recognize that this is simple confirmation that the chaos is still in effect, and you have not sought out and do not know who has hired you for this job.
This is really necessary.
Yes, it is. Were it not, everyone's operation would have fallen apart by now.
Varys will look at Epitaph. Is that how you say the name?
You can call him Ghostworth. Epitaph was just kind of a ironic first name I gave him.
Well, Varys will look at
But yeah,
Ghostworth and be like, "Oh, come on! What is the little magic between friends?"
it's not magic I have an issue with. I don't like people jabbing my brain.
Nobody does, but it's part of the deal.
I'm well aware of that.
Well, if everyone else is gonna act like a little bitch, I'll just go up first.
I
Everyone
think it
else-
tickles.
I like that one.
He like wakes
He
up from an
has
apparent dead sleep and just runs upstage.
Your brain has already been
child
probed, but you're just coming
Oh.
back up.
Yeah.
the child is cranky, it seems.
I'm not a child, I'm 80.
Why are you so short then?
And what
I'm
do
gonna
you
look
have
up,
to show?
super offended.
I've been trying to figure that out for years.
Her ears, literally, they're just like flattened. Angry cat airplane ears, and she just glares.
I like
Go
her
No, I'm
too.
not saying there's anything wrong with short people. I myself am short. I'm just saying you're awfully short.
Sometimes shit happens with genetics. I don't know.
Come on, my dear, onto the platform.
Can we
Sure.
please get
Whatever.
this over with?
He urges Davina forward.
Can't believe these are the people I'm working with.
On
And she
that
just
we
jumps
can
off of the platform and sits down.
turn to you're playing Yima, right?
Yeah. Yeah, ma.
Ghost sort of just turn to you like, on that we can agree.
Well, everything has been confirmed, so we can move on finally. Job. Mission you all have been given that you have chosen to accept. In the next 2 days, we expect a convoy to pass by the open plains heading towards Lead, containing the new soldiers of the celebrants. Your master wishes these items destroyed before they can make their debut before the army. Once you have successfully completed that, track the convoy back, figure out where it came from and the source of these new soldiers, and erase the ones responsible for their creation from existence. How you do so, entirely up to you. Magic and skills you use are at your discretion, but as always, the fewer who find out about you, the better for all of us.
What kind of
Let us
forces
know.
can we expect at the convoy?
Well, depending, you could potentially expect the soldiers themselves to be active or not, but the caravan drivers and guards should be formidable enough on their own.
Who else knows about this mission, aside from you and this master?
That's not something you need to worry about, is it? You have a job.
I think
you
it
do
does.
it.
As you mentioned, discretion is important. I wish to know who might stab me in the back should they get the chance.
Assume that among the 6 of you, outside of the 6 of you, no one is your friend.
Great.
There are a
Isn't
great-
that how things typically go in Geb?
Typically, if either the celebrants or the tax collectors find out that you're after their newest creations, they'll put forth every effort possible to stymie you, and any normal person or even members of other factions might report your dealings, hoping to ingratiate themselves and gain additional resources, power, whatever it is people do good for. So, assume you have no
Exactly.
friends on this mission.
It's not friends I'm worried about. That's the reporting behind my back that I'm worried about. It could be a trap for all we know.
That's part of the job. You accepted it. It's a risk you've taken how many times now?
70
Many.
for me.
Enough.
Well, then you should be well aware of how this works, no?
All the information, the better. It's how I've stayed alive.
Well, This time, most of the information you need to source yourself. It's part of why the pay is so high.
One quick question. Upon completion of the task, the usual drop points?
The usual drop points.
He'll
You can
snap his
expect
fingers.
a few options for other tasks following it.
Excellent. Business as usual. Um,
One last thing. Varys, your additional equipment for this mission is also ready.
Thank you. I was wondering if it was. Are you allowed to tell us when the caravan is expected?
In the next few days. But you will have to figure it out for yourself and track it down.
Of course. Well then. Is the equipment in the normal spot?
She taps her foot twice, and a section of the floor slides back, and a small case raises out of the floor. And
So it's just,
delivered this time.
Wow. Never had this. Now, is this just like basically a briefcase?
Smaller than that. It's like a small chest.
Okay. Varys will pick it up, put it under his arm.
Anything else?
Not from me, unless my wonderful compatriots have anything else they'd like to do.
There's nothing more that you would be able to tell me.
Then let's get going and get this over with.
Agreed.
All right. So, making your way out of the theater, you find yourselves back in the open streets of Tilsar. You're not exactly sure when the convoy will pass by on its journey to Lead, but it should be sometime probably within the next 3 days or so. What would you all like to do?
Well, I don't really want to carry my additional supplies in my arm. Is it small enough to fit in my spacious pouch?
The box itself will fit in, yes. You will not have to
Okay.
open it to put it in the pouch.
Gotcha. Okay, then I'll put it in there.
Sure.
Davina is going to spend the next couple of days making flower crowns for her new friend.
Okay.
Wait. You're going to spend.
Yeah, it takes time to gather all the right flowers. Doesn't matter if they're dead or not. Flower
Okay.
still makes a flower crown.
Okay. We should head out of here. Not out in the open. We don't want to be discussing things where people can eavesdrop.
I agree.
Flower crowns aren't top secret. I don't know what the big deal is.
You are too pure for this line of work, I worry.
Cavis, it was.
Indeed.
I'm going to assume that since she travels with someone like you, that she's dangerous.
Kavis smiles with a mouthful of very, very jagged, very sharp, and very needle-like teeth. that appear very, 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 very much not natural. And goes, "You have no idea."
Barris will slap his knee. Excellent. This is what I like to hear on a job. Let us sally forth.
Well, if nothing else, at least we'll have some muscle.
Are you talking about her? Points at
Among others.
Devania.
Davina?
Among
Yeah.
others, yes.
Sorry, yeah, Davina.
She's as soon as Bears points at her, she's still shoving fucking dried strawberry chips in her mouth.
Okay, so
From experience, magical strength is useful.
oh, I agree. There is nothing like burning the ever-living soul out of somebody with arcane magic.
Arcane
I mean,
stinks.
you,
The more pain,
put-
the better.
Or you can just
I
shoot
put
them
a-
and be done with it.
that too.
I prefer a more discreet touch.
Okay, well,
I can be discreet.
Jericho, we are still like we're just standing outside this theater in lead, right? Or
Y-
Tiltsar.
You can have this conversation as
I thought we
you're
were-
moving somewhere else.
I thought we were
Yeah.
still in the theater.
If you wanted to have it before you all exit, since it is a relatively private space, you may have this conversation within the theater as well.
Yeah, let's have it within the theater. So before we go do this, let's brief each other on what we can do. I'll start. As I've already hinted, I like burning people to death with arcane magic, and then he'll gesture towards the war flail on his back, and I like bludgeoning them to death. Who wants to go next?
Capable. I shall go. I am Epitaph Ghostworth. Noble, but I prefer to seek in the shadows more than anything. My skill set could be best described as that of a spy, I guess you could say. I prefer quiet information gathering and execution. Says while fiddling with his very engraved staff.
Yima pulls out her bow and shoots a raven out of the sky, and then puts the bow back without saying anything.
Do to you?
What?
Can
Hello.
I reach out
What?
and bring it back to life?
You may.
You would druid.
And then I'm gonna wink at Yuma.
Have that
Yima
bird, please.
just shrugs. You wanted to know what we can do. I showed you what I can do.
Now, specifically, I believe it does bear mentioning. The raven wasn't quite dead. It wasn't a resurrection per se, but more a healing of the extraordinarily deep wound left by the arrow. And every single one of you would have noticed that it was healed using vitality magics.
I want to know how a raven got into the theater. He looks around.
Yes.
Oh,
Matt,
yeah.
Can I
Sorry.
please see that bird?
There's an open hatch in the ceiling.
Perfect. Cathme, how do you say your character's name again?
Hesea?
Miss Hesea, may I please see the bird? And Barris holds out his hand for it.
I'm gonna like nudge it with my foot.
Okay. Barris will pick the bird up. Is it still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is uninjured at this point. You kind of grab it as it is flapping its wings and beginning to fly.
Yeah, Barris isn't letting it go. He's holding the bird. Okay. So, I believe the two ladies and the gentleman were left. The two other ladies.
What are you gonna do with that bird?
Well, I'm going to see what it does once we're done talking.
It's a fucking bird.
Language.
Yes, and I've seen people turn into birds.
Hey, Bull. Does language bother you?
Who are you talking to?
You?
What name did you call out?
I said above table.
Oh, no. Language does not bother me. Not at
Oh,
all.
okay. Okay.
I watched Die
Thank
Hard as a Christmas
fuck.
movie, so let loose.
I had a moment of panic.
His character is just Captain
No.
America. Language.
Fair.
No, supposed to be a very refined noble, so that's why I'm trying to do it in character.
I'm so fucking glad we get to use fucking language.
Fuck.
Watch your goddamn language, people.
Yeah, Jesus.
So as Epitaph says language, Davina is going to flip him off and say "fuck you" and then continue the conversation.
Kavis looks at Davina and just slowly shakes his head. Davina, my dear, show them what you can do or explain it.
Her tail is literally bristled, like she's angry.
At what?
You manhandling a bird! Put the bird down.
So glad to know that I'm the only one with any people skills.
Barris is gonna look at her and be like, it's just a bird.
Kavis
Or
holds
wait a
out
minute, I take that back. It could be a person polymorphed into a bird. As he
Wait,
points
would
at
they
the
not
bird
have-
he's holding.
I shot the
Would they not
bird
have-
just to
Yeah.
make a point. There's nothing special about it.
Oh, so you
Would the
all wouldn't
bird
mind
not
if I
have
eat it?
Would the bird not have transformed back if it was polymorphed after
If
she
it was-
shot it?
If it was killed, it would have changed back. But it wasn't.
Davina is going to look at the raven in Barris's hands, and she's gonna lean in really close. Do you want the big bad man to let you go?
You know, now that I think about it, I would rather not get eaten, so I would like to be let go, definitely.
Are you okay? Do you need me to heal you?
No, actually, the other one healed up that wound quite nicely.
Okay. She's gonna look at Barris. Let him go, or I'm gonna break all of your fingers.
What do we hear when she's talking to the raven?
She's just having a one-sided conversation.
Not a language any of you understand.
No, but is it like squawks and bird noises?
No. It just sounds like a language that you aren't aware of.
Oh, okay. He'll look over to Cavis or Cavis, sorry. Does she do that a lot?
He shrugs his shoulders. You'd be
Yep.
surprised.
She does that a lot. Okay.
Just hand her the bird and we can be on our way.
Alright, I'll just hand her the goddamn bird. So I give Davina the bird.
Davina gently takes the raven, smooches him on the top of the head, and lets him fly away.
You all watch as the raven stands on Davina's open hand, salutes her with a wing, and then flies off.
I swear to the gods below the ground, if that thing comes back to bite us in the ass, there's gonna be problems.
He was just a raven. He wanted you to
Yeah.
let him go, and he didn't want to be eaten.
You don't know that.
Yes,
Children,
I do. I literally tried to talk to him.
children.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Can we please be on the way?
For the record, I'm not an idiot. I can just talk to animals. So let's get the fuck out of here.
That's the first useful piece of information I've heard during this meeting.
You're welcome, I guess.
Okay, but we still don't know what Davina, Cavis, and the kobold can do.
I'm Hosea, and you have to be nice to me, or I'll let you die.
But you're
And
a
I just
healer.
deadpan.
You
Stare at
healed
you.
the living.
And I just stare deadpan.
You healed the living. I highly doubt you can keep me alive.
It would be an interesting sight, to say the least.
It would. I even if I was the one dying, it would be interesting to see. But
Question, is it Cavis that came in with the kobold?
No,
Suck it.
Cavis came in with Davina.
Okay. Still getting used to who's affiliated with who.
okay,
You're undead, right?
me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Barris is blatantly a vampire.
Yeah, I harm you.
Oh, you harm me?
Yeah, suck it.
Okay, how do I eat this magic?
No, this is good magic for you. It's undead help magic.
Oh, yes, I'm well aware of what's happening now.
You have
Okay,
like a
so you
small
can heal me. I
injury
stand
that's an old
corrected.
scar that suddenly vanishes due to the influx of void energy.
Okay, I stand corrected. I am a big enough person to admit that.
So you have to be nice to me, or I'll let you die.
Noted. Okay. Um, so we have someone who can talk to animals, someone who can apparently heal both the dead and the living, and does Cavis have Zonkuthan's symbol on his like armor somewhere?
Yeah, it would be emblazoned / ingrained at the center of
His chest?
the center of his chest. Yeah.
Okay, Jericho, would I be able to know that that's just a symbol of Zonkuthan?
It's a common enough symbol in Geb that, yeah, I'm not going to require religion rolls to know who the Midnight Lord is.
Okay, so uh Cavis, I'm just going to assume that you're some type of warrior of the Lord of Pain.
Cavis cocks his head and holds a hand up. One could say a procurer of exquisite pains, to say the least.
I'm gonna
I
lean
knew
over to Davina and say, "Is that what they call you, the Lord of Pain?"
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna like this group. We've got everybody here. Okay, so how do you want to go about ambushing this caravan?
Ambush.
Well,
Very-
first we need to find out the times and the routes before we do that.
I thought we didn't want to have this conversation in public.
We're still in the
we're in
theater.
We're in the church, my dear. Theater.
Oh, I thought we were all still fucking scared of ravens. She folds her arms and she's just grouchy now.
And you said you were 80, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember being 80. That was 500 years ago.
Cavis rubs the bridge of his nose and goes, "Can we get on with the planning, please?"
Real quick, there are little kids in my house right now, so if it gets noisy, please let me know.
Okay.
Ghostworth will go up to Cavis. You're like, well, you seem like the only other sane one here. Elijah, extend a hand.
Cavis
Well,
extends a hand out, and it would be of note that his hand / gauntlets are like the fingertips are bladed. But he intentionally squeezes Ghostworth's hand somewhat more intentionally strong than was necessary.
and what am I, chopped lettuce?
You seem brash is the best word I can describe.
Oh, Barris is gonna burst out laughing.
More sane than the others, to be sure, but you seem to rely too much on action.
Now then, the convoy. He tries to get everybody back on track.
Has anyone heard anything about it that we might compare notes, or shall we start information gathering and then meet up?
Well, who's good at information gathering?
raises his hand.
Well, I figured you were. Anybody else? Like,
I'll raise my hand.
Depends on the atmosphere.
well, I know you could probably just tear the information out of them, Kavis.
Indubitably.
The short one, like me, she could talk to all the animals around here, though I don't know what kind of mood they're in. I don't think you all want me doing that. Just saying.
You're right.
See? You agree. Excellent.
Is there anyone here who is a native of Tilsar or has operated in this region before? To your discretion.
I would say it's probably not outside the realm of reason for Kavis to have been in the area.
Yeah, he must have been a worker in Geb for a while now.
Barris has been a
Plus-
mercenary for 500 years, so I'm pretty sure he's gone there at least once or twice.
It's
Ghostworth
my
has done
first
mostly
time.
like infiltration and spy work, so he'll probably have gone through here for events and other things to gather info.
Okay.
He's not like a resident here, but he's been through.
Those of you who have operated in this region before, been in Tilsar for a time, namely within the last 2 decades, please give me a recall knowledge roll.
Okay.
I don't have the compendium pack on my bar.
I am so sorry, I forgot to grab that for you. If you head over to the compendium packs folder in Foundry, just search there. You can search toggle compendium browser to grab that, and basic action macros for the fun buttons, and drag them onto your hotbar.
So I'm in compendium packs. What am I searching?
In the search bar, search toggle compendium. Just toggle COM.
Toggle.
Mhm.
There it is.
And you want to grab the toggle compendium browser. And the other one you want to grab is basic action macros.
Excuse me.
There it is. Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
You said recall knowledge.
Please. And Yema, did you want to roll as well?
No, my recon knowledge is abysmal.
Fair enough, I suppose. Let's see.
What is the recall knowledge based off of?
In this situation, it is a society role that I was mostly looking for. Geblore would also work.
Oh.
Those were the skills I was primarily looking at with this.
Oh, could she have Geblore?
Do you have Geblore?
I don't have any lore skills, actually.
You have. That is correct because of your. You typically get a lore from your background, and your background was a bit of a unique one, to say the least.
Never
Because
mind.
it gave you additional ability boosts at the cost of skill proficiencies.
Oh, got it. Okay.
That is why you
Never
are
mind.
not trained in any lores. Epitaph, Barris, and Kavis, all 3 of you would be aware of something known as the Oracle's Gaze, which popped up right around 19 years ago, about 7 miles southeast of Tilsar, out in the plains themselves of Geb, and it is a roughly 30-foot tall obsidian monolith that seems to cast a stagnant shadow that does not move no matter how the light of the sun filters through the clouds above Geb. And for some reason seems to cast an inverted shadow at night. It also has about a 30-foot radius around it that any non-humanoid creature cannot enter or they will die. So there's typically sort of a ring of corpses around it. but it has been become a sort of semi-common place for people to sort of attempt to scry through when they're looking for information and don't wish to talk to other people. Does not typically require scrying magic be cast upon it, just a suitable offering. And it seems to be based off of what people would like to offer or believe is a suitable offering for the information they're seeking. So that would be an option as well.
For information gathering. For gathering information, or
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you didn't want to have to talk to other people.
I do have the feat Discreet Inquiry.
Oh, well,
So I
there you
was
go.
thinking of using that.
I would like to try to use the scrying tower. Because I think Barris has something that is a suitable offering to it. It might find intriguing.
All right. What about the rest of you? What would you all like to do for your information gathering? Or just general prep?
Can I use stealth to try to eavesdrop on conversations? If not, that's fine.
I'm going to say no because the general idea, like if you're just eavesdropping on conversations, you have no idea if you'll be able to get the information you're looking for. You're still going to need to really ask those targeted questions when you're seeking out specific info.
I did forget I have the improv skill, so I will throw a recall knowledge and see if I pick up anything.
Unfortunately, you are not aware of the Oracle's gaze.
Okay.
Outside of town.
Can
Yama, how far are you accurate with that bow?
Incredibly accurate. Would you like me to shoot another raven?
No, I was talking about distance.
600 feet max, or 500 maximum.
Would you care to assist me? I will be asking a line of inquiries, but it always helps to have an eye in the sky, so to speak.
Certainly.
Can Davina ask around the plant life and the animal life to see if they have overheard things about it?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a diplomacy check to gather information from the plants and animals.
Blind?
You need me to do diplomacy?
Yes.
Private?
Please.
Since we are being subtle, I will not anything this time around.
Okay.
All my stuff's based off intimidation, so I don't want to.
If you have other preparations you would like to see to as well, you can absolutely try those.
Discreet inquiry is just if anybody tries to track down that I've been asking questions, they have to beat my deception.
Yeah. We have multiple of the previous party members that had discreet inquiry. I am used to it in this campaign. Not getting to a...
First time I've used it.
It's a very good skill. And Hesea, what are you just asked? Who are you asking questions to, or just generally gathering info? You're muted if you're talking.
Cheese it. I was. I would go to like the salons and ask questions of the biddies.
Sure. Okay. And Barris, you said you wanted to go towards the Oracle's gaze and get an idea?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Those of you asking around in town, Davina, unfortunately, the plants and animals that you do manage to speak with aren't the most cognizant when it comes to their memories. So a few of them talk about maybe having heard about this convoy, but they can't remember when or any information about it. They just think they've heard people talking about it in the past. But
Darn it.
fortunately, you don't manage to get any information from them to start. Epitaph. Going around asking some general questions, doing your best to sneak in the information you're looking for into solid conversation in a way you're very used to doing. It's been your sort of MO for a long time. You do manage to find out that the convoy that you're looking for seems to have made its appearance on the road and is expected to pass by Tilsar in 2 days' time. On the road that does not pass the city itself but heads towards one of the stationary flesh bridges over the Adrion River, roughly 16 or so miles to the east. Sometime in the mid-afternoon is about what you're expecting.
Excellent. Did we set a rendezvous time or point?
You could have, if you would have liked to.
Yeah, for sure.
Asaya, spending some time in the salon, speaking with the more loose-lipped individuals, but also that's more gossip-focused than, factual. You do get the similar information about when to expect this convoy to pass. But you get another bit of information that it seems to have first been sighted coming out of the Axan Wood to the southwest of Tilsar, in the direction potentially between Thornhearth and Gravemist. So, if you had to guess, one of those two towns would be the most likely place for the caravan to have originated from.
Can you put those in chat?
Thornhearth and Gravemist?
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
And for those of you who do not recall off the top of your head, Thornhearth is really just sort of a small stopping point outside of the Axan Wood between it and the Axanier River. It has grown in recent years, but its population really still hasn't broken past 1,000. It doesn't have much in particular going for it. Most view it more as a staging point for expeditions into the wood. Dryad hunts have become a bit more rare in recent years since their population has been declining. But it seems that those hunts have been staged more frequently from Thornhearth as opposed to the Fademore Manor when they do occur. Gravemist is a town that popped up somewhere 60 years ago or so, and has sort of created the almost party city of Grey Dirge for those who want to go spend time in the Shattered Range, or just have been spending some time along the Axanier and Yaja River. It is one of the major stops on the sort of gambling boat enterprise that has begun to popularize along the Axanier and Idrion rivers.
You've done so good, Lixel.
But, so, both of them decent places, but neither of them really, military facilities, like you would expect for this to have come from. Varys, you wish to
Yeah.
head out of town all on your own to the Oracle's gaze?
Oh, I thought the Oracle case was inside of Tilksar.
No, it's about
Tilsar.
8 miles southeast.
He would ask if anyone would like to accompany him.
I'll go.
Cavis will go with them.
Yima will definitely go.
Okay.
All right then.
4 of you make your way southeast. Only takes a few hours walking there casually. And eventually, standing before you, the telltale smell of rot begins to filter into those of you who have functioning nostrils as a pretty much unbroken ring of animal corpses surrounds this perfectly smooth obsidian monolith just standing on the plains.
Why did you make me go with you?
Davina, could you
I
actually roll me a
did.
fortitude save?
Thanks.
I didn't make anybody do anything. I asked them if they would like to go.
As you step towards the monolith with everyone else, there is an almost innate repulsion you feel for it. Something about this monolith's existence feels wrong to you. That nausea from seeing the corpses only gets worse, and you feel that if you were to step beyond the sort of ring of corpses closer to the monolith, you could become very, very sick.
I'll just hang out here, actually. Yeah. You guys go right ahead.
How far away is the obelisk from this like ring?
30 feet.
Okay, yeah. Yima's just gonna take a position.
So-
Cavis, I guess, will go in with Barris. They're going in.
Okay.
So is this happening at the same time I was gathering information, or is this after?
If you wanted to go with them, it could have been after.
Yeah, I think we should all be together for this one.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, because I know I asked Yima to come with when we were doing that, but if she's with them, then I'll join as well.
Okay. You may join them. Hisaya, did you want to go with them as well then, so everyone's together?
I mean, I don't want to, but I will.
I can wait out with her if we need.
I feel like it's
needed.
early for them to die.
It's team bonding.
I'll wait. I'll wait outside with her just for security reasons.
So only Barris and Cavis are entering the actual
two
ring of
istas.
corpses.
I think they're the only two that can.
Well, you're the
Well, I'm
only one
humanoid.
that actually reacted and felt this innate repulsion to it.
She's gonna immediately like turn her back, and her tail's gonna be sticking out of her robes, and it's bristled, and she's angry.
Now what
She's
did I do?
like just holding her nose, trying not to smell it. But if she breathes through her mouth, then it just tastes even worse.
Oh, so that's right. You're a reptilian.
Huh?
You're a reptilian. You can taste the air.
I'm not reptilian.
You're a kobold, are you not?
Me?
Hisaya is the kobold.
Wait, which one? Which one's staying outside?
Davina.
Both of them are.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were Hisaya. Never mind.
No,
I retract that
both
statement.
both little people are staying outside.
Yima's staying outside just because she has range over the entire circle.
Okay.
If it's not affected negatively, I'll go in.
Okay.
It's just us three outside. Got it.
Yeah.
3 and 3 out.
Hisaya, Cavis, and Barris are entering. Yima, Epitaph, and Davina are staying out.
Sounds about right, Chief.
All right.
Never split the party.
It's 30 feet from each other.
You've
It's
done this
just a
to
map.
us.
I have.
Right?
Would you guys like the map I have for this?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Sure. Why not?
I don't have a map for this yet.
It was a trick question.
Yes, it was. Because I knew everyone had that moment of panic. And that's what I live for.
I hate you.
Thank you. So, those of you who have entered the ring, you stand before the roughly 30-foot tall, almost coffin-shaped monolith. What would you like to do?
So it's not something you can go inside, correct?
No, it is solid.
Okay. And people offer this thing. They try to offer it things in order to scry, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Barris will he'll pull back the armor on his left arm, and he'll, open his jaw so his upper fangs are exposed, and he'll jam them into his arm. He'll pull them out and he'll look at the tower and say, "A trade for a trade. I offer what is left, the last son of the House of Mordoon, in exchange for a vision of my target. And I'll make sure that the blood pools in my hand, and then I'll press it against the obelisk."
Small.
We're now drained 3.
I need everybody to roll initiative.
That'd be so on
revolting
brand.
sound of sucking can be
Oh.
heard from those of you within the ring. How long are you holding your hand against the obelisk?
Okay, so Barris has been a vampire for 500 plus years, so he's familiar with, how much punishment he can take.
Yeah. Though,
So
I
he
mean,
would
the loss of blood isn't as much of a problem to vampires these days. You've had heartthrob elixirs on the market for a while now that will temporarily cause a vampire's heart to beat again and produce blood in their bodies.
Oh, those
So,
things are on the
Oh,
market?
great.
those are publicly available on the market now.
So if I drink one, I'll produce my own blood again.
Thanks, me too, motherfucker.
How much are they,
That's
Jerko?
courtesy of Lord Zithny.
Oh,
They are typically things that you would find in higher end establishments. It's not really something you would go out and buy at like a street market, but when you go to some of the more prominent locations to relax and party, you'll typically find them there.
Is it
Oh,
something
great, I'm
that's
going
like
to be his supplier.
Is it something that's like given out as like a courtesy, or is it something you could just like be like, "Hey, I want to buy one"?
Oh, it's like you buy them at the bar.
Okay, if I went to one of those bars, how much would it have cost?
It depends how long you want your heart to beat for. The lowest amount a lesser heartthrob elixir would cause your heart to beat for about an hour and will cost somewhere in the realm of around 30 gold.
He would, if it's if he had known these existed with what he's about to attempt, he would have bought a 30 gold one to replenish the blood that he knows he's going to have to give up.
Sure.
Okay, so I'll subtract that 30 gold from my already meager gold stash.
Get a drink.
He's
and
going.
It's not like they give you a vial to take with you. It's like a drink you take at the bar.
Yep, shot.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let the tower just have its fill until I feel like it's gonna kill me.
Okay. Sounds good.
now can Davina hear the gross ass fucking sucking noises that are
You
coming
can
from the circle?
Give me a perception check if you'd like to. Davina, you don't hear anything coming from within the ring of corpses. It is silent.
Great. Okay.
So all you saw was Barris sort of sink his fangs into his arm and then place the hand against the monolith. You don't hear anything actually happening.
She's not looking at anything that's happening inside. That ring of corpses and dead animals was just enough to make her just stare in the opposite direction and just cover her ears.
Fair enough.
Vampires and their blood rituals.
So,
All
Jericho,
right.
how long does the tower drink?
A full 10 minutes goes by,
Oh.
and for now you will become drained too.
I wasn't far off.
You weren't far off. And the drain will go away after a bit of time. You're not exactly sure how long, but the Heartthrob Elixir will very likely help with that. But eventually the sound fades. Pull your hand free from the obelisk. You see no wound on it, and the black surface remains stagnant, unchanging and unmoving. In your mind, though, you suddenly see a vision play out. The low hills and flatlands of these plains, the few trees here and there, leaves swirling in the autumn breeze. 3 caravans, each led by a single horse, with what looks to be a gnoll driving each of them. And sort of following through the trees, you begin to hear song following alongside the caravans.
Do I recognize the song?
Give me a recall knowledge check, my friend.
Okay.
It is in a language you do not understand, don't believe. Check the party languages. Nope. But you are at least able to tell what the language is. Susurran.
The third is the language of.
Air elementals. Elemental beings of the air itself.
Okay.
And there is one sort of creature you're aware of. It is an air elemental that makes song. And it's quite commonly known as a melody on the wind. And what you're able to tell in vision seems to be some sort of additional guard for the caravan.
I would, as I see this, I would relay, or am I able to relay this as I see it, or is am I
Absolutely.
like, okay? As I see this, I would be relaying it to those around me, so the knowledge is not lost. Now, when I see the caravan, are there any symbols on it?
No. They are
So 3
completely
caravans.
unmarked.
Okay, so 3 caravans, or
3
each one
carriages.
drawn, carriages, each one drawn by a horse. The language of the air elementals being sung around it. The drivers are gnolls.
Sounds
Are
about
the
right.
gnolls dressed in armor, clothing?
The vision is not that detailed, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's almost like you're looking at this scene through like a wall of almost stained glass. So everything has sort of muddied colors overlapped and overlaid. The music you're hearing is muffled through it, but you're still able to catch enough to recognize what it is.
Okay. And then the vision ends?
Yes, it does.
Well, Barris, I'm assuming Barris like fell to his knee once he, was drained.
Up to you. You could have remained standing just fine. It would have been a feeling of weakness, but not necessarily enough to force you down to your knees unless that is how you would react in that situation. You could tough it out.
Oh, he would have toughed it out. But once that's done and he relays the information to Cavis and
Hesea.
who else was up there? Hasea. He would have, put his, sleeve back down, clap, cleaned his hands, and been like, all right. Well, that's what I was able to get. Let's see if that marries up with what everyone else has.
Well, I
Perhaps we just need one person to confirm.
I wasn't. Oh, I hate you guys already. I'm gonna reach up and
Now
peel
what?
off one of my most beautiful scales.
You can
And I'm
do
gonna
that?
hold it with 2 hands. I'm gonna kiss it. I'm gonna say a little prayer. Please give me all the very good magic information. Mwah! And I'm gonna put it down.
You're also seeking out an answer from the monolith?
Yeah. It's like a hint. I just want to shake the magic 8-ball and see if the answer that we got was the right answer.
And you are offering your prettiest scale that you have. Did I understand that correctly?
My second prettiest.
Second prettiest scale that you've got. Okay.
The prettiest one would have been really awkward for me to pull out in front of all these people.
Jeez.
Oh dear.
Not going to ask any further. All right. Well,
So that's how they mate.
Jeez.
We're like penguins. We just exchanged scale pebbles.
all right. Let's see. Offering a pretty scale in exchange for information on your quarry. I think. Well, before I answer what you see, what are the people outside of the circle doing?
Yuma's just keeping an eye out.
Okay.
Dry heaving while keeping our ears covered.
Just making sure our druid is alright and nobody tries to sneak up on us.
Okay. Yima, when you say you're keeping an eye out, are you keeping an eye out just like around? Are you watching the people inside of the circle?
She's keeping an eye out around.
Gotcha. Okay. Then never mind.
Question, is it Davina that's outside
Yes.
the circle?
Mhm.
So is she like dry heaving or like what's she
Yeah,
like
she's
right now?
absolutely dry heaving because the stench and the feeling is making her stomach turn and it tastes nasty and she doesn't like it.
Goes for go
Ugh.
walk over and offer his handkerchief. It'll
She
help.
takes it and immediately throws up in it.
Well, that's not quite the intended use I had in mind, but as long as that helps. Like,
Picks it up and hands it back.
How did
You
you know
can
that's
keep
what I
that.
was gonna do?
'Cause we've met.
you can keep that. If you'd like, we can take a few steps over that.
She
I
throws
don't
up
think
in
this
it again.
area agrees with you.
Hesea.
I'll just rub her back while she's doing that.
Hesea. Would you mind, Hasea, giving me either religion or occultism check? Your choice. Public.
Ooh.
I know, how nice of me. God damn it.
And we start out
Instant
strong.
regret.
Tell me everything. I mean, it was my second best scale.
It was your second best scale.
I love the instant regret as soon as you said public.
I know. Because then I could lie. I try not to, but no, it's a-okay. The monolith shifts colors in front of you, Hasea. To the rest of you, it still appears black as night, shining in the sun. But Hasea, to you it splits in half. The left half a verdant green, the right half crimson red. Which, if either, do you focus on?
The green.
The green. Lovely. In your mind, you begin to see a visual of a forest. Beautiful, verdant, ethereal almost in nature. Underneath the ivy and trees and moss are what appear to be ruins in front of you. Ancient stonework you can't quite gather any information about. But there seems to be a large stone plinth almost in the woods, surrounded by forest, with tons of what appears to be dried blood, old scraps of meat, all surrounding a hole. Pitch black and yawning in the center of this plinth, stretching down to God's nowhere. Can you give me a reflex saving throw, please?
Oh no.
Public or blind?
Oh, public, of course.
Eh?
31. Check my notes real quick. You take 18 points of piercing damage, Hasea, as a pitch black arrow coated in frost suddenly pierces your scales right below your collarbone. In the vision, you are shunted out of back into reality, stumbling a few steps away from the monolith. The arrow not stuck in you, but a bit of blood staining your clothes where it did.
God damn it. I really like this dress.
Cavis and Barris, the two of you simply watch after Asaya offers a scale. She waits for a few minutes before suddenly stumbling backwards.
Damn.
Cavis
did not see
is slightly unperturbed, but curious.
Can she smell the blood, Davina?
Based off your roll earlier, no. No senses from what's going on within the ring are making their way to you.
Oh man.
I would heal
Play
myself.
bit.
Barris is gonna look at Hesea and asks, "So, what did it tell you?"
Probably
Um,
best if she can't smell the blood.
it said what you said.
It did? What did
Uh-huh.
I say?
You know, there was a train and some woods.
And?
Then the money comes, then we get the caravan.
You didn't see anything, did you?
I don't believe she did.
I'm gonna look at the wound and look at you like you guys are stupid, because obviously I do not see what happened. Like, almost incredulous, like that you would doubt. And I'm gonna storm off. Fuck you guys. You can stay in the loop of death yourself.
Are you healing yourself before you storm off, or no?
Yeah, immediately
Okay.
the first thing I would do is put my hand over the
Okay.
wound and fix it.
Sparing someone the smell of blood as soon as you step out of the circle.
She's vomiting enough. We don't need more.
She's gonna stop vomiting miraculously and then turn to Hesea. Oh my god, are you okay?
I hate this place.
Me too.
Gavis
See
is
there's
gonna.
a small hole, Davina, in Hesea's dress that is definitely soaked a bit with blood, but you don't see any wound underneath it.
Holy shit. Cayman, she got stabbed!
I'm gonna look at you very irritatedly, and I'm gonna reach in my pocket and pull out my gummy dragon eggs, and I will eat one,
Her eyes just immediately widen. Whoa. Can I have
and
one?
I'll offer
Thought
you
you could-
one.
Yes!
Gavis is gonna look at Barris while this is going on and nod to the stone. Well, shall I try?
If you have something of value that you can offer to it, yes.
I'm immediately gonna push Davina.
Hmm.
Pushing her?
Yeah, towards Cavis.
You're pushing her into the circle?
Not into the circle, but I'm definitely gonna let you know that you are the thing of value that I think that he should sacrifice.
Whoa!
Can
Whoa!
can
Whoa!
they
Whoa!
hear
Whoa!
us
Whoa!
talking?
Whoa! What the fuck do you mean?
Yeah, wait. I thought when they were outside the circle they couldn't hear us.
They just didn't
Davina
roll a very good perception.
cannot hear
Oh, Davina cannot hear.
what's going on inside the circle. Davina is gaining no sensory input from beyond the ring of corpses. The rest of you can hear and see what's going on in there just fine.
I give her
Can I
candy and
see
push
the
her.
wound?
Sorry?
Can I see the? Can I see the wound?
You can see the hole in Hesea's dress and the small amounts of blood that have stained the cloth around the hole, but no wound remaining underneath it.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like the evidence of a wound.
Yeah, you can see
Which
the
is just
evidence
gonna
of
look
there
and then
having been a wound.
she's gonna turn to the others like, I thought you were all supposed to be watching her over there. What happened?
It shot me.
It seems
Why?
This
the
is monolith.
monolith had other plans for her other than a vision.
And this is why I don't deal with magics. Are you okay?
Really upset about
Are you
this
still-
dress. It's my favorite.
Yes, well, after this, I will take you shopping. I need to get a new
Okay.
handkerchief anyway.
You're my favorite. I'm gonna grab your hand and let's go, because I don't like it here anymore.
Cavis would,
Hold on. We have work to do still.
Cavis will ponder for a moment before just patting Barris on the shoulder. Ah, I think your information will be enough.
My friend, I hope it is, because I Do not want to do that again.
A little bit of pain never hurt anybody.
This is true. Let's go.
Okay. Now we can go. Do you mind not reflecting the sun off your scales into my eyes? It hurts.
At this, I'm gonna burst out crying because I gave my second best scale, and now I'm hideously ugly, and all I got was shot.
Why'd you make her
Oh, dear.
cry?
I don't think that's what happened.
She's going to, on the way back, she's gonna like immediately wrap her up in a hug as they're walking.
He
All
thinks I'm ugly.
You're beautiful.
Who said
No matter what
that?
they say.
Said you were ugly.
I'm gonna
Wait.
point.
Boys are stupid. They don't know what they're talking about.
Who said you were ugly?
Don't shine your ugly scales right in my eyes. It's blinding me because it's so ugly.
I do not believe
I didn't
those
say
were the
it was
words that
ugly. I
left
just
his
said it was.
mouth.
I just said it was bright. I'm more attuned to the shadows. I don't like bright lights.
Yes, he didn't call it
But that's
ugly.
not.
He called it bright. Bright things are usually beautiful.
You think I'm beautiful?
Yes, I do. I think your scales are magnificent.
Okay,
Can
let's
I
go.
roll a deception? Can I roll deception to say yes?
That's hateful, but you
What a
should
guy.
definitely do it.
Absolutely.
Public or private?
You can roll it private if you don't want to say it.
I don't mind if people say. I just want.
It can be
Yeah,
public
it's
then.
just for fun.
And say success versus Hasea's perception DC. So if you're agreeing that she's beautiful, as far as you can tell, Hasea, he's telling the truth.
You think I'm beautiful? Sure. Yes.
I mean, she believes it so much. Like, she knows it's fact. Like, it doesn't take much for her to be like, oh, you're right.
Yeah, he doesn't think she's ugly, but he's just like, I wouldn't go that far.
I really, really like your dice, by the way. They're very pretty.
I think it's an option if you think you can use them as well if you go to the Dice So Nice feature.
I have pink dice.
Ah,
See?
very nice.
Ooh.
What color are my dice on this guy? Oh, just the standard red.
I thought that was orange.
Same.
Oh, to me it looks red. I'm slightly colorblind.
I am colorblind. That's why I was wondering, like, is that red or is that orange? I can't
It's a
tell.
reddish orange.
You should have gone into the monolith. It just would have stayed one color for you.
I don't think that's how that works.
Look, I have to get my, daily dosage of traumatize Hasea's player in each session, okay? You just make it easy for me.
Hateful.
Wow.
Yes,
Right.
I am.
While we're dealing with her outbursts, can I find a tailor?
Yeah, absolutely. It's easy enough to find one of the many higher fashion shops around Tilsar and procure a new handkerchief for yourself and a dress for Hasea if you would like.
Indeed. I'm not sure if I have to roll for it, but I'd also like to try and use influence to get some discounts.
Yeah, normally I have a lot of actual shops set up for you guys to talk to and bargain with people. I don't have a bunch for Tilsar because I'm a bad GM. Let's.
I don't think you were expecting us to find a handkerchief. It's fine.
All
No,
I know
it's
is
okay.
someone here better not have called their shop the Crooked Coffin.
At this point in time, actually, Veil Waivers would have branched out from Corpse Light, and they would have a branch shop here if you wanted to go to Veil Weaver's Clothier, which is a pretty high-end and well-known.
Okay. If it's
tailor
high end,
shop.
he'll go there. If it was if it was like more common, he'd probably skip it.
No, this is for a few centuries was sort of exclusive to Corpse Light because it was just an undead couple that were the only ones that could work with a very special material, Wraithmoth silk. But in the last few decades, they have branched out and taught some of their spawn the craft, and they have moved out and set up branch shops in a few of the surrounding cities. Tilsar has gotten one of the nicer versions of the shop. So you could absolutely purchase some things. Just a regular, handkerchief wouldn't really cost much. We'd more be looking at cost for buying a dress for Hasea.
Yeah.
So it depends how nice of a dress you would like to purchase for her. Whether it's just like regular fine clothing or high fashion fine clothing dress.
As much as he'd want to like dress her up, he knows
Could
it
you
needs to
just
be.
repair?
And he knows. Go ahead.
Could you just repair it? Like, it doesn't. I don't need a whole new dress. I just really
would-
like this dress.
We would need to drop it off so that they could repair it, unless they can do an instant mending.
It would be the lower level tailors that would have mending on staff. At these higher end places, they're going to be like, using magic to repair your clothes? Just buy a brand new one. What are you, poor?
Yeah, he'd definitely just get a new one.
Sure.
Not because of that, but just because of his personality.
That's fair. If you're looking at just like a regular fine clothing dress, it'd be 2 gold, 6 silver for it. If you would like to roll a diplomacy check to try and get them to reduce the value, though, or the cost, you absolutely may.
Sure. And because I have the noble background, I have courtly graces, so they'll think I'm a noble already.
Fantastic.
All right. Diplomacy, private.
Nope, public is fine for this.
I'm gonna be asking that a lot.
Ooh, a very good roll.
I get a
Yeah, he's
pretty
definitely-
dress.
Yeah, he's definitely posturing and trying to flex his status as much as possible.
The lowest they're able to drop the price down to would be 2 gold, 2 silver, 2 copper for it. So close to a 4 silver discount.
Okay. Yeah. So you said 2 gold, 2 silver, and what?
2 copper. 2.
All right, we'll just do 2 gold and 3 silver as a tip.
And the tip is very much appreciated. And you get a brand new set of fine clothes, Hasea, as a new dress will be made for you over the next day or so.
I need to subtract and not add.
Be here?
Hmm?
How long are we going to be here?
Well, from what you guys, if you share your information that you've received, you expect the convoy to approach in about 2 days.
So when I go to get fitted for the dress, since it's going to be a pretty dress, I want to pay to get him the prettiest handkerchief.
Okay.
I already got mine.
I want to get you a better handkerchief.
Oh, you want to get him a better one? Oh boy.
With a little razzle dazzle sparkle on the corners so that you always remember me.
I mean, if you want them to make
There's some embroidery.
A custom, very fine handkerchief, you absolutely can. We'll say that'll run you, let's say 7 silver and 8 copper. For a very, very nice handkerchief.
Take my money.
Doesn't even try and haggle it. Just is like, yup,
Oh.
accepted.
Yeah, quality work deserves appreciation.
Okay. I don't have an item for you at the moment. I will have one for you by next session, but you have a very fine handkerchief.
Yay. Thank you.
Little razzle dazzle.
All right.
Good.
Sorry.
Oh no, I had nothing. My mic.
Well, what else, if anything, would you all like to do?
Davina's gonna go back to asking plant life again. What the fuck is wrong with that stupid monolith?
Oh, what's wrong with the monolith this time?
Yeah. What's wrong with the fucking monolith? What's wrong with the stupid fucking death circle?
Okay.
What's wrong with all of it?
Go ahead and give me a diplomacy check.
Hmm.
Most of the wildlife you talk to seems genuinely just unknowledgeable about what you're talking about. None of them seem to be able to comprehend the existence of this monolith of which you speak.
That's weird, and I don't like it.
Before we move on to anything else, we are going to go ahead and take a very quick break. Probably got
Alrighty.
another 45 minutes to an hour left in the session. Since we'll go a little bit late since we started late due to finishing characters. But we'll go ahead and take a quick break here so people can stand up, stretch, get some water, and I'll see you all in a few minutes. All right,
I have
welcome
no longer
back.
ascended.
No, back down to earth with you, I smite thee. So, while
So could I
Davina
say
is
that's-
attempting to speak with animals, what about the rest of you?
Also, can I say that shopping street was the most wholesome moment I've had in a while with Pathfinder?
It takes place in the Undead Evil campaign.
Yemma's probably gonna scout out the path of the caravan.
Okay.
Look for a good position to ambush it, maybe.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a nature check.
Can I nominate survival instead?
Sure.
Thank you.
Can Davina help out, Yeba?
Well, oh.
This is sort of while you were talking to animals, but if you don't do that for very long, then I would allow it. But let's let Yemma have her moment here for a minute.
Okay.
Taking some time, now that you know you're looking for the path a few miles east of the city and heading over there, it's a pretty peaceful path. You kind of follow the path from Lead towards, or not from Lead, from Tilsar towards this path that heads up towards the river. There's a few trees here and there, some large rocks that dot the area, some fallen logs from trees that have died in the past, and some general like small hills here and there. Definitely like setting up behind some of the rocks would probably be your best bet, or getting atop some of the nearby hills for a little bit of a height advantage could be useful. But it's relatively open terrain. I, however, will give you, Yemma, sort of idea of what the map I have prepared will look like, so you can sort of figure out where you would like to set up. As unfortunately, I can't just place caravans willy-nilly on different maps as much as I would like to.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm assuming the caravan is not here yet.
No, it is not.
Okay.
But
Okay.
you can imagine this is probably about what it would look like when you would want to launch your ambush.
Yeah, looks good. We've got some rock cover, we've got some tree cover. How high up is this ledge, and how high up is this rock?
The rocks go up to about 12 feet. The ledges
Okay.
themselves only 5 or 6 feet off the ground at their highest points.
Okay. Well, I mean, would it be okay if everybody else was on this map too, just like as Yema describes it to them when she
I
gets back?
suppose.
Okay, thank you.
Goodness gracious.
Begrudgingly.
So neat. So
Bro,
needy.
that
I love
is
the big black square.
Yeah, no, that's a great.
Oh,
Same.
right. I gotta give you guys tokens on the map. Who'da thunk?
It's a great map.
Oh wow.
Big black
How
square.
pretty.
Perfect map.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is actually really pretty. I like this.
I was just gonna say that.
Okay, all right.
Everyone within your Marshal's aura, Cavis.
Yeah. There's also the aura of fear too, which
Yeah.
is the bigger one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the 15-foot aura is the aura of despair.
Yeah,
You've got
I
your
built
I-
him.
10-foot aura.
I built him into helping as well as doing damage, so hopefully it does something cool.
A better
We'll see.
champion than Mahari.
You took the Marshall.
Damn.
Hey, whoa,
Wow!
I was.
Oh,
wasn't-
Wow.
shit!
Back up on that.
I wasn't gonna take it that far, but I mean, I'll take. Guess.
I mean,
Is that the
Okay,
name of a
so
former character or something?
Yeah, from the previous
Mahari's.
champion.
Yeah, he's the other. He's Mahari's or Queek's original character. Yeah.
Look, what do you want from me? He's 4 levels higher than Mahari. Of course he's a better champion.
Oh yeah, that's the
Did
only
they
reason. I
die?
was
Okay,
saying it.
I guess Mahari's gonna have to find another god to. No, he's gonna have to find an actual god to serve, and
Well,
just prove everyone wrong.
I was about to say he's also technically not a champion anymore. So.
I was just gonna,
Yeah.
yeah.
That, man.
Did your character die or something? Like, what happened?
He
You'll
is
find out.
lost in the time skip.
Yeah, I'm lost. in the
Oh.
time skip.
Yeah. None of the actual PCs from the wedding died. They have been captured and are out of commission for the moment.
Meat bags.
So, but they
I love
will
how-
all return after this time skip occurs.
I love how the caravan
Gotcha.
in the center just has a massive like.
Smokestack?
Is that a smokestack? I wasn't sure if that was like supposed to be like a smokestack or like a bullet hole or something like that.
Why do you think there's smoke coming out of it?
Somebody's
Don't question it.
Well, I mean, I'm saying
They're
it could have been
launching
like a
artillery.
cannonball that went through. Yeah, I was gonna say it could have been like an artillery shot or I don't know. I don't know what these undead got.
There's a mortar hidden
We're
inside
getting
there.
attacked by hot and
Oh my
tots.
god, yeah, it's literally just a Hellstorm rocket battery.
We're getting attacked by hot and
Jeez.
tots.
This is a
No,
nice.
that'd be Nexus thing.
So,
This
real
is
quick,
it's fun,
is the caravan like? Are we seeing the actual carriages and everything right now?
Not at the moment, no. But this is what it'll look like when you guys actually ambush them.
Okay.
But this is kind of Yema sort of describing the scene that she went and scouted out to you all.
Okay.
So, since we're ambushing it, does that mean we have the ability to position more tactically? Tactically? Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Tactically.
As long as you can
Yeah.
succeed at your stealth rolls.
So that the
Champion
third
and
caravan
stealth.
is cut off, right?
Yeah, the front of that caravan is cut off, yes.
Okay. So
Perhaps,
But there would be a driver there.
perhaps we will need a distraction to draw their attention at first. Slow or stop them.
well,
Boom.
I have a spell that creates a 120-foot line of magma. If I can get all
I
three of
meant-
the carts lined up, that's a good distraction.
Or I mean, you
Well,
could
that's-
just use this as like a barrier and just cast the magma there, and then anything
no,
coming this way. And then
It shows up and then it goes away.
it's not a
Fireball.
wall.
I could make a wall there.
I was gonna say if you could put a wall here, because then that means anything coming this way go through and take damage.
That is a good plan of attack, but I meant trying to negotiate with the driver as a distraction. Ask them for a ride or what have you, and then the rest will then ambush once they're unawares.
I do a pretty good damsel in despair, and if I have this rogue child with me, I bet you we could probably get him to stop.
We don't have a child
Exact-
in the group. What are you referring
Davina
to?
will not be used as bait.
Oh.
I'm gonna grab her
What?
hand and like step forward because we are the best bait.
I was going to volunteer since we could easily make a scenario.
Look at you
Perhaps
very doubtingly because if you think that you're more cute than us, like, get out of
Oh,
here.
not cute. It's not cute. I just think I'm more important than you.
Kavis lets out a chuckle.
I'm gonna
Her
look at
ears,
Davina and say, I know who's gonna die first.
Davina's ears like wilt and her tail wilts. Her lip wobbles.
If he holds his finger up, if the kobold goes with Davina, I suppose she can be bait.
Yes.
We're all going to die.
Yes. Yes, we are, but at least
Well-
it'll be painful.
Well, I can turn into a cat, so what's
No.
a better distraction
No.
than turning into a cat? A cat and a
No.
kobold.
No.
Why
Come
would
on.
you? Why would you want? Why would you want
Clueless.
to become a cat?
No.
Because they're unassuming. And then when I turn
yes.
out of a cat form, I'll just blow them up.
I have a scared curious. I can
What's
turn
that?
into a bug.
Oh,
Now
See?
that sounds more.
it can be your noble steed. A bug on a cat on a dragon? Come on now.
This is the best fairy tale that Geb has ever heard of. And we're gonna be the stars. It's gonna be fucking fantastic, actually. Because then, when they're all caught off guard, I can just blow them up.
I see why they put us together.
It's a flawless plan, really.
Oh, there's a rune I forgot, so I'm gonna deduct a couple healing potions to pay for it.
I'm so glad we're all on the same page.
So no one likes my magma idea.
I think the magma
We're all
idea is
gonna be-
pretty cool.
No, I
And
feel
then
like
think
the
the
two
magma-
ideas go together.
Yes.
So the magma would be an excellent follow-up. So they distract, then you launch it.
And then
Okay, what's the signal?
I blow them up too.
I'm going to assume that the signal will be very obvious, knowing them.
That's rude. We are
Knowing-
nothing if not discreet.
Knowing dear
You're just
knowing,
mentioning blowing stuff up.
knowing dear Davina, crap, she will make nothing discreet about it.
Duh, it's just me turning back into myself.
What are you going to turn it into?
I just said I'm gonna turn into a cat! Open up your fucking ears!
Davina,
So,
What? It's not my fault you can't listen.
I'm sorry, I was eating a snack and I wasn't listening. Why are we trying to get this caravan? Are we trying to like take the stuff or
Oh yeah, I
like
was asleep. I
kill
don't know
the
what the fuck's going on.
people
We're
or
trying to destroy it.
Well, we want to destroy the equipment and then follow the caravan back to where it came from.
It's more find out where they came from. You're probably not gonna follow them back.
Okay, at some point I heard follow them back. I must
Like
be
follow back their trail.
Okay.
But
My
I mean, combat at this
recommendation-
level is pretty destructive.
Yeah.
My recommendation would be to take at least one of the drivers alive and then have our new interrogation specialist friend here have a word with him.
You shouldn't have.
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
really good at getting people to talk.
Yeah, you know what you can do? You
Yes.
can turn into a fly fly
The-
into their stomach and expand into your normal form. That'll get them to talk.
Davina, my
I
dear,
don't
leave the interrogation to me.
Oh,
I don't think they'd have
shit.
the ability to talk if she bursted out of their stomach.
Also, not how
It
magic
would-
works.
Yeah, I don't think I can do that. I can turn into a lot of things, but I can't turn into a fucking fly. That's gross.
Flies eat their own poop.
And they only live for like 3 minutes. It's kind of stupid.
This
Depends on the fly.
Anyway, so I recommend that we probably don't blow everything up if we have to figure out where they came from. So
So I like
Maybe-
the idea of the lava between the first two caravans, and then maybe somebody scary up there could pull the driver off of that one, and then we'll have the other two back here, and we'll just blow the rest of these guys up.
I'm good at being scary.
we also don't know what exactly we're going to be fighting, so we could get to the caravan and it could be just drivers and a couple guards, or it could be just the drivers,
Well,
or it could be the drivers,
I
a bunch
did-
of guards, and a bunch of elementals.
Yeah, I told everybody there's an air elemental somewhere around these carts.
Right,
No, I know.
there's
And at least Nola can like drivers, so that's at the very least.
It's okay. I can get rid of the air elemental.
Yeah, they're just full of hot air. How scary could it be?
I say, have you ever seen a hurricane?
Yeah, I think so. It had a little umbrella in it, and it was
No.
like
No,
burning.
no. The giant windstorms that rip buildings out of the ground.
Yeah, that's what it feels like if you drink a couple.
No, that's what happens in real life. Hurricanes, they're very pissed off air elementals.
I have a way of sending it back to where it came from, so I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal.
Okay.
Ghostword is just outright face palming right now.
Kavis is right there alongside him, rubbing the bridge of his nose.
I think we're just being a little dramatic, and we should wait until the caravan actually shows up. So we just wing it. I think we just wing it. We just blow shit up, take someone alive, and then kill everybody else.
I agree.
No,
You know what? That's the most concrete plan we've had yet.
I tried. See, I'm not fucking dumb.
That's sad. That's a sad story in itself, darling.
The point is, I'm not a fucking idiot, so I think we should just wait.
Would cause a distraction. Once the signal's in place, we'll launch the lines of magma, if you wish, and take out who we can, trying to knock out at least one of them.
See? All right, now let's go to bed, and we will revisit this tomorrow.
This is Davina, right? Just so I know who
Yeah.
the voice.
She just finger guns at everybody.
Ghost would just lean over to Cave. She's like, she's got the temper, that one.
Okay. Jericho, would the drain condition have gone away by this time?
By the time the caravan arrives, it will be gone.
Okay.
Right. Is there anything else people would like to do before the caravan approaches?
I'd like to write a will and testament in case we do die.
Fair enough.
But no, he will actually make that. Because like, this group is, I'm gonna die.
I'm
My
gonna
time has come.
Let's just have the mercenaries hire mercenaries.
Subcontracting.
Yeah, let's just hire a bunch of like meat shields to throw at the caravan to distract them while we, you know.
You want to outsource a top secret mission.
Well, I mean, they don't have
mean,
to
they're
know what
gonna
we're doing here.
die.
All they have to know is that they're going in there to kill people. All they have to know.
The more
Yeah.
people you involve, the bigger the loophole in paper trail.
So
We don't want that.
I think I should add a disclaimer because we have to actually kind of act quick. I can only turn into an animal for like a minute, so that's 60 seconds where we have to fucking hustle.
I have a plan.
So 12
Don't
rounds.
worry. Let's go.
Why do we have so many plans?
No, it's the same plan.
I was just putting a disclaimer.
Alright.
It's the same plan.
So just to confirm, who is going to be doing the distracting?
You.
Me and Davina.
Okay,
Oh,
we
how
need to
about-
agree on this because we can't have two people or two groups, I should say.
Okay, let's put it to a vote.
I thought we already fucking agreed that it was gonna be
Yeah.
Hesea and me.
I didn't agree to this.
Oh my god.
If you still want to be a cat, you can be my evil cat.
You
So
guys are
here's
fucking
the deal.
You guys are fucking impossible.
Davina and I are going, or I'm leaving, and you guys can wing
could
it
be
without a healer.
You could be like a James Bond villain with a cat. Just like, welcome.
That would be epic. I'm not gonna lie.
Dr. Evil.
Put
What if we set up a chair in the middle of the road? Yeah, set up a chair in the middle of the road, just
do it,
petting
please.
the cat.
Please do it.
Or I can turn into a cat. Kavis can chuck me into the middle of the fray, and then they'll feel bad for him as trampling me. And
No,
then
they
we blow
won't.
shit up.
My
Why would
plan
you
is
want to be trampled in the first place?
Well, I'm a really cute fucking cat, okay?
Nobody's denying that, but that's not useful here.
Okay.
I think the train of thought is straying too far from the necessary topic at hand.
Davina,
I agree.
did you ask Kavis how he felt about this?
Airplane
But
ears.
no, I'm perfectly fine with whoever does the distraction. I just thought that would be a hilarious distraction.
Kavis said I could go if Hesea went with me. To be bait. So
Okay. Then I hope you guys know how to stay out of a line.
yeah, we just stand next to each other. It's not in a line.
Man, I want to kill something already.
Yep, let's go. We have our distraction. Dear gods, this is gonna be awesome.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist the gift.
So, my favorite thing here, I haven't been listening for the last few minutes.
Oh
You
my
guys are going
god.
to get to enact your plan, and I get to react in character as the caravan. Because I don't know what you're doing.
just so
We'd
you know,
love
I
to
don't
see
think
it.
any of us really know
I
either.
really don't think so.
So, question: is this a hilltop up here, or is that
Yep,
just
only about
different
5
weird
feet
terrain?
up. So,
Okay.
that over there and this hill over here is about 5 and 8 feet up, respectively.
Okay.
How
So,
tall
Yama,
are
do
these?
you wanna-
The
Okay.
rocks themselves are 10 to 12 feet tall.
I was about to recommend Yama. Do you want to take the high ground with your bow?
I was thinking if Mr. Jericho will allow it, can I be off map?
Where?
Just like over here, because I have a 100-foot range increment. So like if I'm okay, no, yeah, I'll just hide behind the rock. Never mind.
Okay.
I'd like to hide behind the tree.
Okay.
I will be big ass champion, not stealthy. Guess I'll be over
Or
here.
does anyone with a strength score want to do get help?
Oh my god, that is a phenomenal plan.
Yeah,
Who's getting
who
thrown?
wants
Because I'll
to-
have Kavis throw him.
Who wants
Oh,
throw me? Throw me.
Bet. All right, we'll do get help. We're doing get help.
I'll be like a wounded noble. Like, quick, this person needs medical attention. Then you throw me at them.
This is gonna be good.
This is gonna be great. Yeah. We just got to make sure that we have somebody to throw you at. Because I only have a. Wait, what's the range on throwing people, Jericho?
Well, if it's throwing a cat, I was going to give you a 10-foot range increment. If you're throwing a whole ass person, really kind of can't.
Not unless
What?
you're a monk or a barbarian.
Yeah, if you had Whirling Throw, that's a different story.
Yes. The
Hmm.
biggest thing to remember is
Oh.
that a medium creature has a bulk of 5 on top of every item they have on them. So, someone like Epitaph,
All right.
who currently has, I guess, only 1.6 bulk with them, you need to be able to carry 6.6 bulk and not be encumbered, realistically.
Wait.
And have a good strength.
Wait, do you have a lifting belt?
I do.
You could
Yeah,
turn him
lifting
weightless for a little bit and use that. So it'll make him the lifting,
Or
the
if we
assisted
don't want-
lift will last for 1 round, so you could attempt that.
Or
I
if
mean-
we don't want to throw, we could also just use get help to get close. We don't necessarily have to throw.
That's true. We could do that. Though I do have stuff that for charging and whatnot, so I mean
Okay.
like if
Never mind.
yeah.
It was a meme idea.
It would have worked.
I'll go back.
Would have worked.
I need to
We
make-
could have used that for the distraction.
It could still work if I turn into a cat and Kavis just threw me.
It's not really get help though. That's just throwing a cat at someone.
Yeah, really.
It's
I
a
think that's just plain
distraction!
assault. That's just
Heat-seeking
assault.
cat missile right there.
It's like laser cats.
It would still work. Come on.
All right.
I'm sorry. I know you told me this was supposed to be a serious campaign, and I'm ruining it. I'm sorry.
I said mildly serious, or semi-serious. This group sometimes goes off the rails, and by sometimes I mean a bit more frequently. You really never know. And
Well,
since
you
we
can
have
help
small
another time, I
feral
promise.
child in the group, I'm not sure serious is a word of the day.
I equated Davina to Tiny Tina from Borderlands, so
Yeah, that fits. Alright, is everyone happily positioned where they would like to be?
Yes.
I think so.
the other two are supposed to be over there
Where?
in front of the caravan or up the cliff. I don't know, somewhere in that direction because they have to be the distraction.
I'm going to ask, first off the bat, for a blind stealth check from everyone who is attempting to hide.
Okay. I really hope this isn't the time I roll a 2 or a 1.
Mood.
But if we roll a 1 on a blind check, do we still get the hero point?
You do not, because then I'd have to let you know that you got a 1. And I don't want to do that.
Well, if it's a 1, I think we'll know the result pretty quick.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Pest form lasts for 10 minutes, so not 1 minute.
Yeah, you've got a little bit of time with it.
Cool. So we have 10 minutes to fuck this up, Kim.
Okay. So,
So, the two of you, as you sort of wait near the path, off in the distance begin to hear clopping of hooves on the stonework, as well as what sounds like song on the wind.
Oh shit, it's happening. It's happening.
You.
I run out into the middle of the road holding this cat like this. And I yell, "Stop! Stop! This cat is shitting platinum! All of the money!"
Wait, I'm glad I wrote a will.
That cat looks so pissed off.
Yeah,
So here's your.
but I
plus
clearly
one
need
spell
help
attack.
holding this crazy cat. And I'm in the middle of the road, so they're gonna have to run us both over or stop.
Give me a deception check.
I just want to let you know that the DC is based on whether it's a believable lie or not.
I'm aware.
Not you, I'm talking to them.
Hasea, Davina,
Yes.
would the two of you like to roll reflex saves for me?
No, we would not like to, but if we're getting run over.
They're not stopping.
Well, how about diplomacy?
There was nothing
I'm pretty
truthful
sure
in
this-
what you were saying. That was full-on deception.
Disagree.
Also, I'm pretty sure these escorts are the shoot to kill first and then ask questions later type of people.
These guys are shipping the newest in military hardware, essentially. And you're trying to get them to stop by telling them a cat is shitting platinum.
She does.
So, would the
Well,
two of you
on
like
the
to
bright
try and
side, we
dodge
can-
out of the way or not?
We assume we're gonna have to.
I mean, you can let yourself be run over.
Is that way you might trip up the horse or something?
The two of you end up dodging to either side of the road, getting out of the way of the horses and carriages, the first one passing you by, managing to avoid any major damage.
At that point, when the first carriage goes by, she's going to exit pest form and at the top of her lungs scream the signal, "Let's fucking go!"
And with that, Barris would walk out and cast Blazing Fissure along a 120-foot line across all 3 carriages.
We're gonna roll initiative.
All
to
right.
do that.
Jeez. Here we
Well,
go.
on the bright side, we get to lord this failure over them for the next time they want to try it.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, for real. Oh, Jericho. Are there any visible enemies at
You can
the?
see the gnolls on top of each of the carriages driving the horses.
Okay.
Give me a quick perception check as well.
Yeah, I can do that.
I just had a thought. Could I use stealth instead of perception since I'm hiding?
Yes, I actually should have asked everyone who is hiding to roll stealth for initiative.
Well,
Okay.
So I'm going to ask everyone if everyone's okay re-rolling initiative. I would have liked Davina and Hesea to roll deception and everyone else to roll stealth.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah, works
My
for me.
apologies for not specifying that sooner.
How do I
Yeah.
re-roll it?
Just
I
roll
can't-
initiative again.
But yeah, not letting.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not letting
me.
us.
Then let me go ahead and
We're still on the tracker.
I'll just reset the initiative. There you guys go.
Hell
There you
yeah!
go.
+1 for roll for initiative. Love to see it.
Oh yeah.
Roll my enemy initiatives.
Woo! All the way
I
to
had
the
a
top.
higher.
I got a higher
I
one.
rolled a 1 for my initiative, so do I get a hero point?
You do. If your initiative
Jericho,
came out as
the
a 1.
The drained is gone now,
Oh,
correct?
Yes.
Well, no, I'm not going to use it this time.
Yep.
I have a panache feat, which lets me let the enemy go first, but I don't think we want that here.
Yema, would you roll initiative for us, please, if you are with us?
All right.
Yema?
Jericho,
Oh, God, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Jericho, another question.
Using stealth, please, Yema.
Yes.
Perfect.
For what it's worth, I do have I forgot to mention this. I have Incredible Scout, so everybody should get a +2 to their initiative. I'll let you adapt it if it changes any orders, Jericho.
Thank you for letting me know. Alright.
Jericho, for my spell strike, it just says it takes 1 action to recharge. So could I have had it charged before the combat?
I typically assume a mage just has their spell strike charged and ready to go jumping into combat. It wouldn't
Okay.
really make sense for it to be uncharged.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, and Jericho, I was just asking for visible foes for battle cry. Demoralize on
yeah, you can
initiative
demoralize
roll.
one of the 3 caravan guards, your choice. Or caravan drivers.
Sure, I guess the one closest to me will work.
Sure.
Are there? Oh, the token's just not there.
Yeah,
Here's your
that's
token
why
for it.
That's what I was asking.
Those are
Oh, God.
not gnolls.
That is very much not a null.
That's
Yeah,
a big
It's a
bitch.
knoll. Large, with hooves. But
That's not a
It
knoll.
it's a knoll.
looks like somebody put a rat's head on a knoll's body and then replaced the hands with claws.
No. I've seen that
Dad,
before. That's
Dad.
a Actually, no, it's not. Never mind.
That's a big bitch.
It is. Yeah, that is true. It is a big bitch.
Well, it'll be fun if anyone rolls Recall Knowledge on them, eventually. A success, he will be demoralized 1.
Yeah.
Alright, as you yell out your battle cry and the fight begins, that is actually the first creature to go.
Oh, nice.
So, Cavis and Barris, your stealth rolls earlier were tragic. But Epitaph and Yema both rolled amazing. This knoll is going to... So what I should say, this knoll was a regular medium size at first. With its first action, you watch as its clothes split, and it rapidly increases in size. Its
You're coming home with me.
body green and twisted underneath the shreds of cloth, cloven hooves for feet, small horns spiraling out of the fur of its head. It is going to use its second action to bang repeatedly on the caravan behind it. And then it is going to charge at you, Davina.
Oof.
Wanna go home?
I want to go home.
But it does not have an action to attack you this turn. The southern caravan driver is also going to use its first action to grow, but it is only going to charge at Barris and ending right there instead of slamming on the caravan. And it is going to make a claw strike against you, Barris.
Excellent. Let's do this.
I believe that hits.
It does.
For a grand total of 25 slashing and 2 spirit damage.
Okay.
All right. Did not wish to use a reaction? Oh, sorry, you are the magus, not the champion. I apologize. That's on me. It's going to use its second action to attempt to grab you, since it did a successful claw strike. And
So
I
when
should
it grew,
also...
was that a single action?
Yes. Oh, yeah, so it does not have the grab action. Thank you for reminding. But since it did successfully strike you with its claw, I do need a fortitude save from you, Barris.
Okay. Do I get any of my advanced undead benefits or basic undead benefits for this?
If you click on it, it should automatically apply what applies here.
Okay.
That is a failure.
Oh, I'm gonna hero point that.
Sure.
Oh, much
Ooh.
better.
Unaffected, as you feel the claw strike against you, backing away before it can wrap around you and hold you in place, you feel a section of your soul rent, and the wound itself tries to fester, but your body's constitution easily shrugs off that sort of injury.
Okay.
All right. Davina, you're up. At the top of your turn, Davina, you are within this knoll's consumptive aura, so I will need a fortitude save from you, please. That is a success. You are unaffected by the aura. You feel a hunger begin to gnaw at your stomach, but you just brush it off and ignore it.
Fucking creep. She can, well, first of all, is the air elemental anywhere nearby? Or is there any inkling of one?
Not that you have seen thus far. If you wanted to use an action to make a perception check to try and find it, you may. That was part of why I asked Cadus to make one when he was asking for creatures nearby. He did not see it.
Oh, okay. Perception.
So it was actively hiding with the caravans. So, unfortunately, you do not see it anymore.
Okay. Then with my last 2 actions.
All right. Were you impaling a spike on?
This motherfucker.
Okay. So he has to make a reflex save. A spike of cold iron attempts to impale him through the foot. He will succeed for half damage.
Damn.
So, not immobilized or anything, but he does still take half damage. For a total of 18 points of piercing damage. All right. I believe that will take us to Yema's turn.
Okay. So, would you say Oathbow's special ability doesn't have to be used in combat? Would you say I would have been able to use it as I see these people come up? It's basically hunt prey.
Right. Sure. Which
Okay, cool.
individual would you have specified? Okay.
Yep. Okay. And then I'm gonna take a debilitating shot.
All right. I'm gonna say with where you're shooting from, you do have like the rock and tree in the way a little bit.
Okay, I'll move.
Terrain is important. There you go. I'll allow that to be
So I was
fine.
recommending the rock.
All right. Ranged weapon strike. That will just barely hit.
Okay, and then it's slowed 1
Hit
until
on a
the end of
7.
its next turn.
Yep. Assuming that deals damage at least. It does. It becomes a
Cool.
slowed 1. So it'll only have 2 actions on its turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
That will take us to the Melody on the Wind's turn. It is going to attempt a melody with an action. Epitaph, would you please give me a will save?
Hit.
That is a failure.
I'd like to reroll that.
Sure.
Oh.
The melody
Potatoes.
fascinates you. Unable to really focus on anything aside from the music. So you cannot use concentrate actions unless they are related
So
to
did it use
the
this
melody.
on me specifically, or is it just close enough to me that
You
it's
are just close enough to it. And at that point, I think it becomes invisible. It's right here.
Don't like that.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I
my
picked a
god.
I picked a grand old spot.
Good night, sweet prince.
It is going to do a wind gust against you, Epitaph, as its second action, which, if it were smart...
Oh, so it does see. It does see me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And... Actually, that is not the smart decision, so it is not going to do that, because that would end the fascination immediately. It will do a solid refrain of music blasting into your ears, Davina.
Oh, my ears are sensitive.
What a shame.
My ears are sensitive!
That'll be
They are
38
now.
points of sonic damage to you.
Jesus.
Ouchie.
And that will follow up... Epitaph, do you have a reactive strike by chance? I don't believe you do.
Actually, give me 1 second. I think I do,
Because
actually.
that was a
Yeah,
ranged
attack
attack.
of opportunity.
You may use that if you would
Yeah,
like.
attack of opportunity. Sure, he already sees me, so.
Yeah. That is a crit.
My guy.
Ooh, boy.
I don't get panache for crits, do I?
I do not believe so, but it does become off guard until the start of your next turn. And unfortunately, it does not take any bleed damage. I'll give you a guess
figured.
why.
Yeah.
And with its last action, it will make another solid refrain against Gemma. Believe you are within its range increment. Absolutely. It's
Oh
gonna
wow,
sing
that's a
music
single
at
action
you.
attack. That's not good.
Yeah, single action ranged attack with an increment of 70 feet.
Wow.
That is going to be 23 damage, unless you had a reaction to raise your AC. Since it wasn't an
I
exact hit on you.
no, I don't have reactive shield,
What a
unfortunately.
shame.
If you were next to me, I could help, but I can't.
Where do you see reactions?
In the actions tab of your character sheet, right now the only reaction you have is shield block. Unless you have a spell that is a reaction as well, those are in your spells. So you just have to be aware of them.
Oh yeah, okay. I only have Zephyr Slip.
Yep. Alright, Haseo, what would you like to do?
Ask you a question.
And I'll show this guy since he's at the northern caravan as well.
So real quick, is it too late for me to use Zephyr Slip, or can I use it at the top of my turn?
You would have had to use it when the enemy came within melee of you.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
Jericho,
Mhm.
I sent you a message.
Ah! I mean, if you wanted to hop on, commanding an animal is a nature check as an action. You can certainly try.
Does Davina have better chance of controlling an animal?
Most likely.
Okay. Okay, I had a plan, but then I changed my mind, I think.
Did Cavis go yet?
No, Cave is at the bottom of
Cavis is way
bottom
at
of
the
the
bottom of initiative.
because I got a stealth for initiative.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she rolled pretty much the exact same as your stealth check.
Love to see it.
Initial stealth was good, but then when I did initiative for it, it
Yeah.
was not good.
I don't want to get any closer to these guys.
We can.
So, I'm not gonna. Can I do... How do I change the direction of my, if I do a spell with the 50-foot line?
Once you have the line template on your cursor, hold Control and scroll your mouse wheel. If you're using a trackpad, I don't know how to help you.
Hot dog. Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't the line have to originate from you?
It does if you're doing the line, really, or the cone, it has to originate from you. Only the burst would not have to. So you could move first.
Can I move here if the line originates sideways?
A line has to originate from one of its ends to you. You can't have it originate sort of in the middle.
That's bullshit. Oh shit. Am I gonna be in the way if you blow up this line of caravan if I move right here?
Yeah. I
I can
don't
pick her up.
actually. I don't know.
So
Like I
which-
know.
You're looking at Blazing Fissure as your spell?
Yeah.
Okay. It'd be every creature on the line will just take it. So,
Okay. Can you see when I measure stuff?
I can. But I think it's also funnier since you're doing this on the fly. That
Oh,
No, I
yeah.
think you could get them
Davina
all.
probably wouldn't.
Yeah, okay. Then I'll move
Ugh.
here and then I'll cast.
All right. Would you like it to be a reflex save or a will save?
No.
You get to choose.
What do I know about these guys or anything?
Nothing.
Did we
at the
recall
moment.
knowledge?
No recall knowledge rolls have been made. Information you have on the enemies is nada.
Okay, so what's the difference between a reflex and a will save?
Reflex is dexterity focused, will is your wisdom focused. So one is more an assault on the mind, that's a will save. A reflex save is your ability to actually dodge.
Mind fuck 'em.
Okay, go ahead and choose your will option. That'll be a DC 31 will save. We'll start with the Knoll up top, who will fail, and the Melody on the Wind will succeed. So, all right, Melodamon, and which damage type specifically are you attempting to do? Acid, bludgeoning, cold, electricity, fire, force, piercing, slashing, sonic, or spirit?
Like regular video games where certain elementals are weak to their opposite elementals.
Maybe.
I feel like that would be common knowledge if I had been fighting things for a very long time.
You have not come across a creature like this. You are not certain what weaknesses or resistances it might have, unfortunately.
Roll a die.
Force is nothing resists force, so.
Yeah, then I want to force it.
Okay. Oops, sorry. Should have done that wrong. Melody on the Wind only takes half damage for a successful save. Alright. Varys, you're up.
Okay. First time ever doing spellcasting in Foundry.
Wahoo!
So,
Since you are starting your turn in the area, and actually, Hasea, I forgot to ask you to make this save as well, so I'll ask you to do it now. Both of you are struck by the consumptive aura of these gnolls, so please give me a fortitude save. Okay. You as well, Hasea. That is a failure just barely for you.
Why won't it let me hero point it?
That's a good question. Will it let you re-roll and keep the new result?
If you right click on your roll there and click re-roll with hero point, it'll do it for you.
I think
Nope.
it's not showing up for her. That was the issue.
Yeah, all it gives me...
If it's not giving you a re-roll option, just roll again and I'll subtract the hero point manually. Oh,
that's awesome.
I was on the 20. Unfortunately, as this hunger gnaws at your stomach, Varys, it's a familiar sort of hunger. It doesn't affect you at all. But Hasea, a hunger you have not felt, gnaws at your insides, dealing a total of 6 points of void damage to you. Not very much. But
I do like my snacks.
Leaving you fatigued at the moment because of the hunger. Varys.
okay. Let's do this. Okay, so I want to... Now I need to hold control when I do this, correct?
If you want to rotate it, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Interesting that it only damages creatures on solid ground, so theoretically the new soldiers inside the caravan will not be affected.
Yeah, but if I put it
if I were to move and put it right there, would it hit all 3 of the knolls?
I cannot see until you have actually placed it down. While you're just measuring, I cannot see it.
Okay, I'll just place it right here then.
Is it just a line I can measure?
That'll hit him.
Okay, so I will God damn it. Okay. It won't let me move after I place the line.
Are you on the actual character, the token controls on the left side of the screen? Or are you on the line tools? Measurement
I was on the
controls?
line tools. So I would have moved right there and then cast it.
Alright, so typically you don't want to measure. Like, you can measure, but always make sure you move before actually casting and placing. Once you say you're casting the spell, I'm assuming you're casting it from where you are.
Okay,
Just for future reference.
got it. So
But yeah, that catches all of the gnolls as well as all of the horses of the card.
All right, so just roll damage.
Let me roll the reflex saves first, real quick. For the guy close to you, you will succeed. The guy in the middle, you will fail. This guy already went. He should actually no longer be frightened. That was done on battle cry, but he still fails. And the guy up top will also fail.
But what
All
about
right.
the horses?
I'm not even going to bother rolling for them. They're level 2 horses. They just
All right.
die instantly.
I'm gonna hug you.
It's
I see you.
injurious.
Here comes the damage.
The horses
I wrap you in my arms.
melt as the magma rips forth from the ground. Half damage to the one closest, full damage to the others. All right.
Rest in peace.
So they've got a 21 reflex save. Good to know.
Potentially.
The roll streak gave it away.
Yeah, it doesn't. All right. That'll take us to
And that
the
will-
final Noel's turn, I believe.
Okay, how do I get rid of this line on my screen?
I just delete them afterwards.
Okay.
You have to go back to the measurement controls, and that'll give you the actual button to pick up and move it, and you can just delete
Got
them.
it.
Let's see. That takes us to the final Null, who will, of course, use a single action to grow larger and to decide what they want to do from there. Let's see. I think they're going to... Actually check something real quick. Oh, these guys are intelligent. Fantastic. He's going to move over to here and focus on attacking you, Hasea, making a claw strike against you.
The positioning is so weird over there.
Yeah, it's gonna make a claw strike, which will not hit.
Oof.
So you are safe from its strike. Epitaph, we're up to you. You are outside of the aura, thankfully, of their consumption, so you do not have to make a save against that. But you are fascinated by the melody, so you cannot do any concentrate actions.
Unless
Yeah.
it's against
Okay.
the
Unless it's against the melody.
Fortunately, I don't think I have any concentrates unless the stance counts.
Actually, oh my god, no, you're not fascinated. I completely forgot how bad fascination is. It ends if a creature uses hostile actions against you or any of your allies. So yeah, any attack that has been made immediately ended the fascination on you.
Okay then.
Why is fascination so bad?
Okay. So I need to make a measurement because Hasea went where I was going to go.
If you are on this side of this knoll, you will get flanking it. This guy
Well,
is
here's the
under
thing: is that
flat footed.
I want to tumble through so I can get panache. So
That's
I'm wondering,
fair.
can I move? Can I move here and then tumble this way?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will do that,
So you can just
and
take
then
a tumble through action doing that movement line.
Yep.
So go ahead and make
And
your
then-
tumble through check.
acrobat. Do I need to target for?
If you target him and use the basic action macros tumble through, it'll tell you whether you succeed or not right off the bat.
Okay, good. Tumble through. Here we go.
That's a success for you.
Alright, I get panache.
And the foe you tumbled through is off guard against the next attack you make before the end of your turn. Very nice.
Yep.
All right.
So I will go ahead and swing.
Go for it. Ooh.
I would like to hero point this.
By all means. That turns it into a hit.
All right. And I'm a rogue, so I get to do my sneak attack to it, too.
Yes, you do. Ooh, 27 points of damage. And believe it or not, this one bleeds. All right.
So I moved with my tumble. I attacked. I have one more action.
I believe you do.
All right. I am going to go into my dueling stance.
Sounds good. All right, Cavis, we're finally to you. You
Oh
may
my
take
god,
your
is
turn.
this
Hey.
what my turn feels like?
Yeah.
Hey,
I know.
this is how Mahari feels.
No.
See,
This
this is
was
what happened.
This was my fault because I rolled initiative. I rolled stealth for initiative, and I
Yeah.
knew as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah,
This is what happens when you
Yes.
let the casters go first.
yeah. All right, so we're gonna go there.
All
We'll
right.
start by going
Oh
there.
no, that's not a
Do you
good
want to flank
spot
this
for
one
you.
up here? Do you want to flank this one up here?
I would have to climb up and over because this is 5 feet up.
Yeah, you'd have to use a
So
little
I
would-
shield
I would-
to get over.
Yeah, I would lose an action doing that. So
I
I
got
figure
you.
if I go here, then I can. So
Yeah.
and then
If you could
we
have
are
gotten
going.
to there, you would be flanking this one at the very least. Right now, you're not flanking either, based off of positioning.
Oh, yeah, okay. That works then. It's still within the thing, so.
Mhm.
Alright. And then thanks. I don't have this many actions. Carrion.
Does that feel nice?
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know what any of them do, so I'm gonna have to figure it out, but it's fun, yeah. Well, okay, I read them, so I know what they do, but we're gonna do this one.
The double slice.
Yes.
And then, so if I'm understanding it, yeah, it's 2 attacks, separate weapons.
Mhm. And
The
it just
second
combines
weapon-
damage, assuming they hit.
Yeah, the second weapon doesn't take map damage, right? Or map reduction, from what I'm understanding. Or it goes -2,
If
right?
it does not have the agile trait, yes. And you should see you've
Yeah.
got a toggle on your sheet in your actions tab that says double slice second attack. You can toggle that, and it applies the -2 for you.
Oh, okay. So I do the first one, and then okay.
Yep, and then toggle
Sounds-
that for the second one, just like
I'm just gonna
that.
cheat real quick and see what that'll do. So that'll lower. Okay, so both of these will get lowered by 2, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so then we'll do that. Oh,
That
I'm
would just
gonna-
barely miss.
I'm gonna hero point though,
Sure.
because we can.
Oh,
Okay,
Classic
All
hero
right.
points.
whatever. All right, and then I guess we'll send it in with the second one. Okay, all right, yeah, no, it's fine.
I'm so
It's
sorry.
fine. No, it's not your fault. It's
Coming in
fine.
with the strikes, they do not manage to take any sort of hits. And that'll bring us back to the top of initiative with Mr. Man up here. What does he want to do? Let's see. I think he wants to make a bite strike on someone, but who does he want to bite? Let's roll a die, shall we?
I have a quick question.
I have a quick answer.
For his
you.
aura, is it at the start of their
It
turns
is
or
at the
our
start
turns,
of
or
your
when do I need to
turn.
roll?
If you begin your turn in the aura, you are affected by it. Yeah, so you did not have to make it when you entered it, just when you begin your turn in it.
Got it.
All right. Oh, Epitaph, so nice of you to speak up. You're getting bitten.
Sounds good.
Oof.
Oh.
Oh.
Now, Cavis cannot. Cavis is a champion that protects
can't.
himself.
Yeah, he can.
Yikes. All right. Pretty low rolls. That's going to be 50 points of damage to you, Epitaph.
Sorry, brother man.
Ouch.
And it is going to attempt to grab you with its jaws as its second action, which will crit fail. And I realize it's because this guy has his athletics isn't trained like it's supposed to be.
In that case, I would like to use opportune riposte. A
Absolutely.
foe within your reach critically fails to strike.
This is not a strike, unfortunately. This is.
What isn't?
It has the attack trait, but it is a grapple move.
Okay.
Is that
I thought
is
it
that
as long as it had the attack rate.
But
Is that
since he
considered a
crit failed, doesn't he
manipulate action?
fall prone?
He either falls prone or you can grab him. Or no, yeah, he should fall prone here. I'm going to give
I'm
it
not
that.
touching him.
Yeah, I realize I misbuilt these guys' character sheets slightly and forgot to actually give them the athletics skill that they need to grab. Because these guys did not get buffed with the remaster when grabbing actually required a roll. So I'll give him the prone, but do need to... I mean, he'll use his last action to stand up, which will trigger any opportunity attacks people might have.
Okay, that I can do. Would he be flat-footed to this?
Yep. They're all flat because he's on the ground when it occurs. Uh-oh.
Ah, it's my turn.
Uh-oh. Yikes.
Big yikes.
Well, this is on me for failing to build the character sheets properly, so 52 damage in return. Hey, I mean, I guess it's you win some, you lose some. Kavis, did you want to make a reactive strike?
No, I'm gonna save mine
Saving
for the
a
other one.
reaction, sure.
Yeah.
That will end his turn, though, as he stands up because he made a strike, attempted a grapple, and stood back up from failing it. And that will bring us to the one way down here, as the one right up here will take 4 points of bleed damage. Now this one down here, Barris, thankfully, is slowed. So it only has 2 actions this turn. But it is going to attempt to bite you as well. Which will miss, unfortunately. Oh, I completely forgot. Epitaph. I do need a fortitude save from you, since you were successfully bitten by the knoll. So many things to keep track of at high levels. I apologize, everyone. You are unaffected by it.
Hey, you're talking to the guy who has more feats than he knows what to do with. Trust me, I understand.
I'm glad. Let's see, this guy is,
He missed me with a bite.
Barris.
Yes.
Question for you.
Answer.
Are you willing?
And able.
No, just willing. I don't care if you're able or not.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
You are?
Oh no.
Barris is willing?
Are you asking me, like, if he, like, the character itself or me as the player?
If Barris is willing.
Willing to what?
I'm not going to
Jericho?
answer that.
No,
Well, that's
you
the fun
didn't.
part, though.
I just want to know if Barris is
Come
willing.
on,
The character.
For
Come
an
on, Kate.
experience.
Davis wants his turn. Let's hurry it up.
No, he's not willing for a fucking experience.
All right, fine. You're getting bitten again. Damn. This is on you, Barris.
Apparently, he wasn't willing.
All
God
right.
damn it.
Now, normally it would be Davina's turn right here, but if you'll recall during round 1, the knoll that was driving the middle carriage did use an action to bang on it.
Yeah.
One of the guards that's within
Aw.
it is activated by that. And it's their turn. And... man, oh man. This is going to be fun for them. I think they're going to come scuttling out of the back of the carriage and around the corner over here. And you all see a strange, skeletal, mechanical, insectile body with a skull
hate
of
it.
a ram atop it, scything blades for arms, and a glowing purplish blue energy pulsing from within.
God damn
Seems
it,
kind
Lauren.
of familiar.
What?
Davina, could you please roll me a blind nature check? Interesting. You are not sure why, but as you look at this creature, you feel a sort of kinship to it.
Oh, Dad?
Let's see. I think it can move there with its movement speed. Get to there with its movement speed. It is going to...
I'm glad you two heard that.
I just ignored it. Alright, it is going to use its last 2 actions to plunge its scythe blade into the ground, and the space itself is rent apart.
Fucking dare you.
I don't know if I like this.
Rending that area, creating a sort of glowing space on the ground.
Double how dare you?
You're not sure what does. But Davina, you're up. And let me check on the consumptive aura. Oh, you have to make it again every round you start your turn within these creatures' aura, so I do need another fortitude save from you for the gnolls. Hey, that's a success. You're fine. You're not hungry right now. No time to be hungry.
Above table.
Mm-hmm.
I know what these creatures are. They're daemons. What was Mahari again?
A vampire daemon.
A gnoll vampire daemon.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Anyone taking a close look at these guys' teeth? Fangs, I might even say.
Oh, fuck!
Good job, Mahari.
Thanks, Mahari. That's lovely of you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Mahari was the first test. The testing has progressed in the years that have passed.
Is that one of the characters that was at the wedding?
Yeah. The Gnoll Daemon Vampire Champion of not Urgathoa.
Yeah, that was
And was
yeah.
Was that a player character?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
That's
me.
Queek.
Okay.
Barris's character.
Gotcha.
Mahari's still kind of salty about that one.
Mahari has no clue what's going on at the moment. Davina, what would you like to do with your turn? Mm-hmm. Oh! Rude? I didn't realize you had taken banishment.
Is that on the wind thing?
Yep.
Yep, and it's exactly 10th level, so incapacitation will not trigger on this. Alright, he gets a will save here.
Fail.
Now, actually, you do not have the extra action. You only have 2 actions to do this. That is a success. It resists being banished, unfortunately.
Damn it!
Manages to remain. The song on the wind is unaffected.
Oh, fuck.
Let's try next.
Yema, you're up.
Oh, right, that's me. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this name.
No worries. Just as a quick FYI to everyone, we are going to end session at the end of this combat round, just because we are going pretty late at this point. So
I am going to make a regular shot against that one, I think. If I triple shot, does it all have to be against one target? Or is it against... yeah, it all has to be... Oh, no, I understand. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna make a... You know what? I want to confirm the kill. I'm doing double shot.
Okay, against this one?
Yeah.
Alright, so they are not your oath target.
Yes, that's fine.
No extra damage. The 8 hits.
Okay. Here comes some damage. Does that kill it?
19 points of damage does not kill
Okay.
it.
Here comes the double
Welcome to
shot.
high-level combat, where near deaths can still mean they've got like 60 hit points. That will
Okay.
just barely hit because of the off guard.
Okay. Here comes
You're welcome.
second set of damage.
All right, so another 18. Still kicking it.
Okay. Then let's see. What I can do here. Give me one moment to think
Were
about
you using
this.
specifically the double shot action, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, so just as a quick FYI, double shot has to be against 2 separate targets, and both attacks take the -2.
Oh, I'm.
Yeah. No,
God.
those could have just been 2 regular shot actions.
Yeah, it's fine. Thank you. I'm sorry.
No worries. We're all learning new characters. No need to feel rushed or upset about it.
My last, I guess I'll take one more shot.
All right. Kill him.
Okay, I'm gonna hero point it.
Sure.
If you want to save your hero points, I do have a finisher.
Well, she gets it back.
Yep.
And plus, if
Okay.
this is our last round of combat for the day, you guys will get hero points at the top of next round. Since we'll be starting that next session. So, if you've got them, might as well use them now. That takes us to the Melody's turn. Davina, you tried to banish it. 3 attacks are going at you. More music in your sensitive ears.
Also, just so that everyone knows, I do have buffs for people who are adjacent to me, or at least within 5 feet. So try not to run off all over the map.
I would be with you guys, but I am kind of
being pummeled in a corner.
Yeah, I'm stuck in a corner. God damn it.
Barris is corner camping. As Davina takes a
what you
grand
did there.
total of 43 damage. As music just pounds into your head from this creature. It's more of a shriek at this point in anger that you would try and rid it from this world so easily. Hasea, you're up. And at the top of your turn, Hasea, since you are still within the consumptive aura, I do need another fortitude save from you. That is another failure, unfortunately. Cannot become double fatigued, so it's just going to be a d6 void damage to you. 6 damage.
So, my plan had been to awaken entropy on these 2 dudes back here.
We love
but
awaken entropy.
Davina's kind of hurt. And I'm supposed to be a healer. So, Davina, how hurt do you feel?
You cut out.
Ow.
A little sweaty or like butthole pinching
she's
sweaty?
Over half health is gone.
She is a child.
I'm sweaty.
Who, Davina?
She's an older child than Nabumi, everyone. Almost double Nabumi's age and still a child, so...
I just want to see how big this spot is.
It's only a 10-foot burst, but every time you sustain it, it increases in size, just as an FYI.
So it would hit them both?
Oh yeah, but it'll start growing to hit the party as well. Because it does not solely focus enemies, it focuses allies too.
Alright, okay. Well then I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. You can always suspended retribution one of them, which is, you say, hey, if you do this, die.
Well, I was thinking I was maybe gonna heal my friend. She
as well,
is
I suppose.
uncomfortable.
I guess that's allowed.
Heal her then.
5th rank heal.
You're alive, right?
Yeah.
And immediate
also
3
alive.
GTA stars as Vitality Magic has been cast. Wee woo, wee woo. Illegal.
That was a fat heal. Thank you.
You've got 1 action left, Saya.
I don't like it here, so this is for me.
You want a shield, or do you want to soul siphon one of these enemies? Using one of your focus points.
What's a soul siphon?
That's your one of your focus points, which will put your curse on you, but it will potentially deal them void damage. You don't actually know if these guys are immune to void damage or not, while giving you temp HP. You could also armor of bones yourself to get damage resistance.
No, I wanna. Yeah, let's soul siphon it.
Okay.
It says I can't.
Not letting. Oh, because all your focus points are at 0 right now. Try now.
No.
I don't know what's up with you and your character sheet's breaking when it comes to casting focus points, but we'll have to figure that out. I can go ahead and cast it for you.
Thank you.
It also looks like you're constantly, like, unloading and reloading into the server in the bottom left. So I don't know if something's up with your connection. But casting Soul Siphon. Which one are you casting it on?
The one that's near death.
Okay. You will give a Fortitude save. And fail barely.
Why couldn't the elemental roll a 6?
So go ahead and roll your damage, Asaya.
I am reloading. Would you
Okay.
roll it for me, please?
Yes, I can. You are also now at your minor curse. So your bones begin to protrude through your skin and your scales begin to rot slightly. You heal half from non-magical healing. Welcome to being an oracle. This will go away.
What the fuck is happening to her?
Don't look at me.
Okay.
I look dead at her.
Don't fucking look at her.
So that would be 13 points of damage to the gnoll. Unfortunately,
You
as
know-
an undead, the gnoll does not take void damage. And thus you will not gain any temp HP. But because he failed the save, he becomes drained 1. Which automatically cuts his health down a decent chunk. I believe he takes a total of 17 damage from that, so you will gain 17 temporary hit points, Asaya. Which I will add to your sheet for
Yay.
you, as that is how much damage he dealt. And that's your Soul Siphon spell. Deals damage, can potentially make them drained, and then you gain temp HP, based off of how much HP they lost. Alright, Barris, you're up.
Okay, question.
Mm-hmm.
For Arcane Cascade, it says you used your most recent action this turn to cast a spell or make a spell strike.
Yes.
So I cannot enter this stance from casting Blazing Fissure, correct?
No, because it's your most recent action this turn.
Alright.
So
Well, then we're gonna
do like a 2-action spell strike or spell, and then use
Yeah.
your third
Oh yeah,
action to
we are.
cascade.
We are doing a spell strike on this chonky knoll in front of me.
Sure.
Would you like me to pick the spell before I make the attack roll or after?
Before.
Okay, for the spell, we're going to go with just Ignition.
Okay. Just a basic cantrip.
Yeah. All right.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Oh, I'm hero pointing that.
Sure. That will hit.
Okay, so do you want me to do the damage of the weapon, then put the cantrip in and do the damage of the cantrip?
It's easier to do it that way, yeah.
Okay, so here's the damage from the weapon.
A lot of weapon damage. Ah, flaming and frost runes on it, that's why.
Yeah. Alright, and then here it comes Ignition.
Alright.
And this was
your choice whether it was the melee or the ranged version.
Well, it does it change?
The melee version, I believe, gets some slight benefits.
2d6.
Yeah.
It turns into a d6.
Yeah, ranged is D4s, melee is D6s.
All right. Well, then this would have been a melee for it. Okay, so just roll damage.
All right, and he takes the full. Very, very nice.
And then I'll use my last action to enter Arcane Cascade.
Sure.
Do you want to add to your character? Yes. Oh, damage type that was fire.
Mhm.
So save. All right.
All right, there's
And
your
that will-
arcane stance.
So, I got him from barely injured to injured. I am so proud of myself.
Welcome to Magus. DPS is the name of the game. Oh, I completely forgot at the top of your turn, Barris. I'm
yes.
so sorry. Please give me that fortitude save to avoid taking void damage that you're immune to. A failure. Your hunger becomes a bit too much. The blood this creature sheds a bit too tasty looking. While you do not take any void damage because of being undead, you do become fatigued from the hunger.
Okay.
We now reach this Knoll's turn, way up here. Hasea, you are right next to it. It is going to attempt to bite you. I'm
Fortitude
not
save.
sorry. Why is it making a fortitude save?
Oh, never mind.
It's its turn. Oof.
The defense mechanism.
That'll be 54 points of piercing damage to you, Hasea. If you have loaded back in. Are you manually subtracting it from your HP? Are you hitting the damage button in chat? You're muted, by the way.
You're muted, Cajme.
Oh my god. I hit the damage button in chat.
I think something's busted on your end because it didn't subtract from your temp HP, and we're not getting a chat notification that you took damage, which everyone else gets. So, something's
Weird.
wonky, and it happened a while back with Cajme, so we gotta see if we can figure it out. I'll play around with it between sessions and see, but I'll adjust your hit points for you to get rid of your temp HP and bring
Nice,
your
thank
current
you.
HP to where it should be. It is going to attempt to grab you with its jaws using its second action, though. Now that I've actually given them the athletics skill properly, which will succeed grabbing you.
Fatigued.
And because they are in fact part vampire, they're going to drink your blood. So they have to make a athletics check versus your fortitude DC here. That's a damn shame. Nothing happens when they crit fail with this, but they do not manage to actually drink your blood and heal themselves from it. So you are
Suck
safe
it. That's
for
how
now.
that's how a
I
rat feels.
think that their failure should make me feel better and I should get 5 temporary hit points.
I think not. Epitaph, you're up. And at the top of your turn,
All
good
right.
sir, please give me a fortitude save.
Roger.
Shame.
I'm going to hero point.
Easily done. A success. Unaffected.
It's okay, Vess. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you want to finish this guy off while I go help our Magus down there, or do you just want to keep tag teaming these guys?
I'd tag team them.
Well, I mean, if this one right here, the one that's near death, is dead, then you should probably go focus on the other ones. I can finish the other one. Or by myself, depending on what she does next turn.
I mean,
that doesn't help.
Because, well, I mean, it's just the problem is we have these two and that. So, I mean, in my opinion,
Honestly,
you should probably just go this way. And I'll deal with this guy.
I think Barris is doing fine, so I guess I'll just stay up here. Alright, I am going to try to finish off this Knoll.
All right.
Do I want a finisher?
I should have changed their tokens
You
to
know what?
null question mark.
Yeah, I'm gonna finisher. Confident strike them.
All right. That is a crit. A very confident finisher. I'm not sure exemplary finisher will really matter here.
Yep. And it's a sneak attack, so let's take a look-see.
Ooh, 78 damage. That is a very dead knoll. Completely eviscerated, one might even say.
That is
So
impressive.
because I used my finisher, my panache goes away for now.
Yep, which the system looks like it automatically did.
Well, I just removed it. It didn't do it automatically.
Okay.
But
Never mind then.
I'm an honest player.
I appreciate it.
But yeah, just as he's taking those hits, he's like, all right, that's enough. Just stabs it through the neck, out to the top of the skull, pulls it out, and then just flicks the blood off. All right, that's enough out of you. And then I would like to tumble through this guy.
Go for it.
Basic actions, tumble through, and there's no map for this. Hurrah.
Failure, unfortunately.
Shit.
So that would have you end either right here or right here, your choice.
Well, I'm still going to try again, so before I move back.
Sure.
My last action, I'll try it again.
That will succeed.
There we go. And I get my panache back.
Yes, you do.
And he's flat-footed.
Just to the next attack you make before the end of your current turn. So it would not really matter. All right, I believe that takes us to Cavis's turn.
So now you can flank him, Cavis.
Yay, I can do something again.
Cavis, please, my friend. A fortitude save, if you would.
Why not? Feeling generous tonight.
Ah. I appreciate the roll you just gave me. You are entirely fine.
The hunger never bothered me anyway.
Yoink. Alright, so I guess we're gonna go here.
Alright.
Is he immune to it now for a certain amount since he crit succeeded?
No. This aura is just welcome to suffering. As long as you're within 20 feet of these creatures, you will feel an insatiable hunger.
I'm never that lucky. And then we're just gonna freaking send it again.
Go for the double slice. Love to see it.
Didn't work last time. It's gotta work this time, right?
You'd think.
One would hope.
Sure.
Oh, oh, wait.
Yeah!
Yoink. Alright. Oh, clicked the wrong one.
See, strategy. Yeah.
Strategy. Hey, strategy.
As well. Very, very nice.
Do that, and then do
10 damage on the
that.
burning arc. 15 damage on the Vampire Fang Morningstar. Plus a d6 bleed. Very lovely.
It's undead. Does it bleed?
No, we both took wounding.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Normally a full undead shouldn't, but it seems like these ones are.
Oh.
These things are kind of weird. But
yeah,
as we get to the top of the next turn, round 3 of initiative, 1 of the gnolls dead, 2 of them injured, the Melody on the Wind injured, and the strange construct completely uninjured. That is where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Damn it!
I hope you all enjoyed.
These things are cheap copies.
I will see you all.
By the way,
next
does anybody
week.